Oh, I still outplayed it.
Level 50? Yo, that's crazy. Oh my goodness. Highly chasm. Oh. Not walking all the way out of this cave. Oh. We just ascended to drown.
Alright, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, Morty's conviction. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, ho.
And is stupid. Oh, yo, dude, I wish this was real. Played him. Yes. Oh, he also ulting. No, I live. No. Yes, I still got one. Oh, you're dead. Oh, let's go.
Oh, I aced him. Let's go. Oh, I still outplayed it.
Level 50? Yo, that's crazy. Oh my goodness. Highly chasm. Oh. Not walking all the way out of this cave. Oh. We just ascended to drown.
Alright, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, Morty's conviction. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, ho.
And is stupid. Oh, yo, dude, I wish this was real. Played him. Yes. Oh, he also ulting. No, I live. No. Yes, I still got one. Oh, you're dead. Oh, let's go.
Oh, I aced him. Let's go. Oh, I still outplayed it.
Level 50? Yo, that's crazy. Oh my goodness. Highly chasm. Oh. Not walking all the way out of this cave. Oh. We just ascended to drown.
Alright, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, Morty's conviction. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, ho.
And is stupid. Oh, yo, dude, I wish this was real. Played him. Yes. Oh, he also ulting. No, I live. No. Yes, I still got one. Oh, you're dead. Oh, let's go.
Oh, I aced him. Let's go. Oh, I still outplayed it.
Level 50? Yo, that's crazy. Oh my goodness. Highly chasm. Oh. Not walking all the way out of this cave. Oh. We just ascended to drown.
Alright, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, Morty's conviction. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, ho.
And is stupid. Oh, yo, dude, I wish this was real. Played him. Yes. Oh, he also ulting. No, I live. No. Yes, I still got one. Oh, you're dead. Oh, let's go.
Oh, I aced him. Let's go. Oh, I still outplayed it.
Level 50? Yo, that's crazy. Oh my goodness. Highly chasm. Oh. Not walking all the way out of this cave. Oh. We just ascended to drown.
Alright, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, Morty's conviction. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, ho.
And is stupid. Oh, yo, dude, I wish this was real. Played him. Yes. Oh, he also ulting. No, I live. No. Yes, I still got one. Oh, you're dead. Oh, let's go.
Oh, I aced him. Let's go. Oh, I still outplayed it.
Level 50? Yo, that's crazy. Oh my goodness. Hylia Casper. Oh! Not walking all the way out of this cave. Oh. We just ascended to drown.
Alright, 3, 2, 1. Oh, Morty's conviction. 3, 2, 1. Oh.
Oh, yo, dude, I wish this was real. Played him. Yes. Oh, we also ulting. No, I live.
No. Yes, I still got one. Oh, you're dead. Oh, let's go. Oh, I aced him. Let's go. Oh, I still outplayed it.
Level 50? Yo, that's crazy.
Hello, hello, hello. Is that working? Okay, at least that audio is coming through. Man, don't know what's going on with my camera. It's not working. Hey, everybody. What's going on, Bo? How am I supposed to get anything done now? How convenient for you to know I can't do either of my tasks. Welcome back, Jana and Wilho. How are you doing today? And Storm, good luck on your games. Appreciate the lurk. Man. Alright, well, that was a big L. Huh. I don't know why this isn't working. Bro is so handsome, he broke his camera. I don't know about that. Oh, I just realized you guys can't see. Let's see if I add the PNG thing. What is this considered? Let's see. It's a web, a browser. No, it's not it. Remove. Browser. Huh. What is this thing even called? Oh, it's a different thing. There we go. Okay, at least you'd see my little guy speaking. What did I just add? No, let's get rid of that. Sorry, YouTube. Oh. That was not it. Hello. Is that working? Back? Okay. Thanks, Sky High, for pointing that out. I was talking to myself for the last, whatever, 15 minutes. I thought I fixed it already, but I guess not. Can you hear me now? Okay, cool. How you doing, Sky High? Welcome back to the stream. I guess the people on YouTube didn't hear me. I shows fast. I'm glad you love eggs. Welcome to the stream. Dan and is it Jock Arc? Hello, welcome to the stream. Oh, thanks. No, I appreciate the help. Chat is very helpful when I don't know what the heck's going on with my on my end over here. Oh, that's not it. Yeah, so at the beginning of the stream, my camera was not working, and I was about to just end stream because I'm like, okay, never mind, forget this. It worked out anyways. So looks like my homie Julian ended streaming, lurking in his chat. TBH, I don't even know how to feel right now. Oh, is that a good or a bad thing? I hope that's an okay thing. Thanks for tuning in, though. Hope you're feeling all right. Let's see. There we go. Oh, hey, what's going on, Josh? What's up, the best Avatar Airbender? Just wanted to pop in. I was cutting grass today, so I'm getting ready to put my PJs. Nice. It is about like 6 p.m. over there, yeah. Your voice is back. It is. Yeah, we had some technical difficulties for the past 17 minutes. And I think everything is good now. So hopefully everything continues working out that way. But we did one task, and I wasn't able to reset the task list, but that's okay. Not really sure yet. All right. Well, I hope you feel better. Thanks for hanging out, despite what you might be feeling, question mark. What's the command to insert a task? You type in command task. There you go. Geez, 17 minutes. Glad it's going good. Thanks, Josh. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. My cam link wasn't working, and I wasn't used to... I don't have my regular capture card with me. I guess I have my portable one. Peace, dude. Have a great day. All right, Josh. Hope you had a good day of chores. We'll see you next time. Oh, no, you just type in exclamation point task, Sky High. And then you type the task right after that. So here, I'll show you. Let's see. Something I got to do is... Overview, Lodi, materials. There we go. Task. View. And yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, different capture cards. Thought you always had one. I don't know if this is a capture card. I got the cam link. You know, you and I have talked about that before from Elgato. Shout out to the work stipend. We had an office stipend, and is like, you know, buy whatever you need. And, you know, I already have like my keyboard and other stuff. So I was like, all right, well, I'm going to get myself a cam link. So that way we can travel without the capture card. The downside to not having my little controller board or my capture card, if you guys look in the specs down below, on Twitch at least, I use an A10 Mini Pro. And that is a broadcasting device that allows you to connect multiple devices to it. So that would have my camera, my Switch, maybe my PS5, and a bunch of other things hooked up to it. But I didn't want to travel with that because it's a lot of cords and more devices. So now that I have the cam link, at least I know it works now. We got it to work. So I think we should be good when we're on the go. It's just less things to travel with because it is a lot of equipment. So Sky High, he said task open up. Appreciate it, man. He says, okay, so my sister's boyfriend is going to propose to her today. Nice. He just video called me and my parents to get my dad's blessing. Oh, that's really sweet. I guess I could see, how are you feeling about that? Is that a good or a bad thing? I guess the initial response from me was like, that sounds very nice, good for them. But then I don't know how you feel as a sibling, whether you like her partner or not. But that is very kind of him to, you know, call you and your family to get the blessing from your dad. Sky High said, but as you know, my sister is in America due to au pair work. Oh, so is the boyfriend in South Africa, like with you? Or is he also over there? Or is the boyfriend like from the US? I don't know. She was initially supposed to stay only 1 year, but then she extended. He's also over there. Okay. I see. So then is it on your end, you're kind of like, am I ever going to see my sister again kind of thing? But yeah, Josh, we got the Elgato cam link. I'll text you about it later. I forgot to tell you. And it's been pretty helpful. It allows the camera to plug in via USB, so it's kind of nice. I don't have to have a whole new device for it. Downside is, so I don't have my capture card. I can't play any video games, which wasn't my intention for this week anyways, because we're being pretty mobile. I'm just working remotely from where I'm at, taking care of my grandpa. So this guy said the only way she could stay longer or permanently is to agree to study there or to get married. You can start to see where this is going. I see. Haven't seen my sister in almost 2 years. Yeah. So is the boyfriend like an American citizen? Is that, or maybe like a friend? Is it even like really a boyfriend in that sense? Like, is it really like a partner? Or is it just someone to get married to so she can stay longer kind of thing? Like, I see what you're alluding to. Yeah. Now that she's getting married, I might not get to see her for a much longer time. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I don't know the full, as you've shared, I appreciate you opening up. I don't know the full situation between your sister and her partner, whether it's like, they've been in a long-term relationship and like they actually want to get married, or if it's like a green card kind of marriage type of thing. So she has more time to work. Yeah, that's hard, especially if the work that she's doing is also to send, means and stuff back to you guys, and you might not be able to see her for a longer time. Yeah, 2 years, that's a long time. I feel you on that. Not that I've been in the same situation, but my brother went to college, and it wasn't far from home, but it was still like over almost 200 miles away. I don't know what that is in kilometers, because sadly we don't use the metric system over here. But my brother like never came home. I mean, I saw him periodically, but in the ways that I would see him was more for him than it was for my family. Like, we would have to go out of our way to visit him. And I know it's not the same, but kind of like with you, like you can't necessarily go see your sister yourself. I couldn't go see my brother myself unless my parents, decided to take me. And yeah, I definitely missed my brother a lot. And I don't know your relationship with your sibling. It sounds like it's close. So, I hope you get to see your sister someday soon. 200 miles, almost 400 kilometers. Okay. Her boyfriend is someone she really does love, and we honestly like him too. He's originally Portuguese, but came to the U.S. citizen. Oh, he's ex-military. Okay. Okay. I'm glad they love each other and they're in a happy relationship. I could also see that, like, not to discredit your sister's boyfriend, but the benefits of him being former military or veteran as well, combined being with the U.S. citizen, like, there's a lot of stuff that kind of just helps make sure that your sister's safe, while she's working. So there's that. Sky said, yeah, I'm really worried about how we would have to do this since we're like 10,000 miles apart. My dad just cried. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. Like, it's like your dad and your family and yourself, like, you guys are happy to have him be a part of the family, but then also it's like, when do you get to see your daughter or your sister again? Yeah, that's hard. It's a lot of feelings, man. thank you for sharing that. I appreciate you being able to open up about that stuff. And you know, after your sister and her future fiance have their moment, you know, whenever he proposes and whenever she gets to tell you guys, you know, give it a I would say like give it a little time, and eventually find a way to communicate what you've shared with me to her, that, you know, we really miss you, and hopefully that you and your fiance get to come back home to celebrate with us or something. Yeah, you said he's doing it today. No, yeah, no, I totally get it. I meant like in the moment, like give more time, I guess. I mean, maybe she'll call you later today or tomorrow, sometime this week. You know, let them. This is just my opinion. You don't need to follow this advice. This is just kind of what I'm thinking based off of what we've been talking about. Thanks for listening. Oh, you're welcome, dude. Appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. You know, I would say like, just let her revel in the moment of the joy and love that it is with her fiance, and in a couple days or maybe sometime next week, find a way. It's like, hey, like, can I call you sometime? Just want to like talk about like that we really miss you and stuff, you know. Just most likely gonna post it in our fam group chat. Okay, for sure. Yeah, maybe in like for you to communicate that, give her a call or something like that, or personal text message where it doesn't have to be in the group chat. Because I know for me and my brother, a lot of like family things between me and him and our parents, even to this day, I still have to kind of be the person to be like, hey man, mom and dad really miss you. I miss you. Or maybe they're worried about you, whatever. There's been several situations between me and my brother where he's been out and about and maybe not like been really present with the family in like the physical, literal sense, kind of like what you're describing. And, you know, I would try to find ways to contact my brother and be like, hey man, just want to let you know, this is what everybody's thinking. This is what I'm feeling. We just want you to be around more, or we miss you, or it would be nice if you came home, kind of thing. I know it's not the same situation as yours, Sky High, but also I think in a different way, you should be able to communicate that to your sister. And I'd like to think, based off of what you're telling me, that she's going to be receptive of it. And it's like, hey, like, we'd love for you guys to come home sometime. Hopefully that your sister's able to take off work at some point, or even the boyfriend as well. But yeah, I hope things turn out really well for like the whole family. They're all able to see each other again. And yeah, that I see what you're saying too. Like if they get married, like is she even gonna come back, kind of thing. Yeah, though we were planning to move to the U.S., but at the rate of our income, we might never be able to. There is a hard part right now with all the politics going on, especially in the U.S. It's terrible. And I'm not going to get into that too much. And I don't know if you've seen the news about the U.S. And yeah, immigration is really tricky right now because it's a lot of the systems that were in place to protect anyone that's foreign and even people that are citizens are being dismantled and destroyed right now. The current administration is not abiding by the government laws. So it can be a scary time for anyone who is not a citizen, even if they are. I've seen a lot of stuff on the news where people that are citizens are getting deported or detained. So it's a really tricky time. I think, you know, it could also be a blessing that your sister and her boyfriend are getting engaged, because if they get married, then at least she's protected under him in terms of the citizenship legal sense. And, you know, when the time comes, hopefully it'll be a safer time that you and your family can also come over as well. I don't know if any of that makes sense if you pay attention to any like U.S. news or USA news. But yeah, I'm just letting you know some of that stuff is going on right now. And it's definitely difficult for people who even are U.S. citizens, but they were former immigrants in this country, even though everyone is an immigrant in this country. There's a lot of other stuff related to that. But I hope that you guys get to move sooner than later. You know, like you're saying, at the rate of your income, I hope that you're able to save some funds. And then if you do, you know, things can be a little smoother for you and your family to find work. I know you're still in school, so hopefully once you finish school, you're able to, you know, find a way to, if you end up, if you have the opportunity to pursue higher education or just find work as well. I hope that works out for you guys. I appreciate you opening up about that, Sky. Thanks. Oh, that's what I was supposed to do. Okay. Oh. I don't even know where my... I'm on like 2 different devices right now. It's making it hard to maneuver between screens. I forget. Dismiss. I think there's an ad right now. I do too, though. I don't know if you saw when President Cyril Ramaphosa, our president, met with Trump and got called out so hard. Oh, okay. Are you on an ad break right now? It said there was one, so I'm not sure if you're able to hear me still. Oh, you're not? Okay, cool. I was about to start typing. He called out Trump. Cool. Good on him. I honestly appreciate the other world leaders that are... Oh, the moment when you join stream. Okay. Yeah, when you join stream, then you don't have to like deal with the the other part. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Honestly, good on other world leaders for calling him out. Oh, Trump called him out for what? I mean, Trump says a lot of dumb stuff. Okay, so I probably didn't see that. Called him out for, was it like more insulting? Because I don't really know Trump to really call anyone out for good reason. He always just says a bunch of stuff that's like not great. And he's doing a lot of terrible things right now. Oh, I see how the overlay is working. Interesting. Can I move this little guy up here? Oh, down here. There we go. That's better. At least YouTube can see the little PNG guy moving, I guess. Oh, there's an Alolan Meowth. Totally missed it. That's okay. Suing taxpayer not being able to actually look after the country, having the resources that are farmed here costs more than other countries because of the exports. Okay. Interesting that like he calls him out for that, but he also like does the same thing to this country. Well, I hope, you know, your president is able to help the people and make better choices, or there's other politicians that can come in and help, you know, not steal and solicit money. Literally falling apart. It's interesting and ironic almost because he calls your president out for that, but he's doing kind of something very similar in this country, and it's breaking down a lot of the systems that America was built on, and we're just headed down right now. The people who are supposed to give us power give it to other countries. That too, yeah. We're also seeing some of that happening right now. It's a really weird time because I know the U.S. is a major power, if not the currently or slowly declining top power. And I don't know what's going to happen with that. People are calling for Trump's impeachment. And I don't know, I hope the politicians here are able to put a stop to what he's doing because it's harming not just us, but other countries as well. And it's not good. Oh, I didn't know that. Interesting. When was that? Because he's not taking any refugees here. Yeah, I don't know where that's going. I'll have to look into this this information on. Let me find your. Actually, maybe let me look stuff up. Curious now. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Oh, this got changed. Why did this move? How weird. Okay. Oh, this is very recent. This was like a month ago. Yes, exactly, Sky High. I agree. It's like certain world leaders are banding together while others are banding together to be against people like Trump and Russia and other stuff. Okay, I'm seeing the headlines you're referring to. Hmm. I did not know about this. Sorry, I'm like skimming through this news. Yeah, it very much seems like Trump is just trying to protect white people, which is, yeah, that sounds pretty accurate of him. But to be blunt, things started going sideways in 1994 and got much worse in 2013. I don't know a lot about South African history, but from a lot of the things, yeah, both those numbers kind of ring a bell in history that I've learned. And there's been a lot going on. Fair enough. Yeah, this dude, that's kind of why, like, when you were talking about your sister getting married and stuff and, you know, your family's plans to move to the U.S. and everything, it is not a safe time for people of color in the U.S. Hi, Adriel Mateo Reyes. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Yeah, per what you're saying, Sky High, it is being, I don't know, I don't have the words for it right now, but it's not safe, and it's sad to see and disappointing what's happening, and scary for certain like marginalized groups and such. 94 is when Nelson Mandela became our first black president, and there you go. Yes. We do teach a lot of some of that stuff here too in ethnic studies, and then kind of go through history about like systemic oppression and other things like that. Yeah. Adriel says, I like your live. Thanks. Appreciate that. Ideally, this is a co-working stream, but we're catching up with one of our viewers. I do play games, just not when we're co-working. So co-working is an opportunity to work together, kind of like if you went to a cafe or a library, like if you're studying with a friend, or if you're working remotely and you get stuff done. So the task list that's like right above. Excuse me. People on Twitch can add stuff to the task list and get it done, and then it adds to the community list of things that we're working on today. I do play games though, primarily stuff on my Nintendo Switch. I haven't touched my PS5 in a long time. And then I play Pokemon TCG. So we open Pokemon cards on stream. And sometimes I'll play the TCG live game. Thank you. Appreciate that, Adriel. And then after Nelson died, Jacob Zuma took the chair. I imagine that things kind of go south there. Appreciate the emotes, guys, over on YouTube. Thank you. Hope y'all are enjoying your stay here. But yeah, during co-working streams, ideally during the timer, we put up a 45-minute timer to stay on task, stay locked in, and then we chop it up during the 10-minute break. And I have some work stuff to do in a little bit, so we'll get to it. And I imagine like administrative and political things really shifted after that. Search the benigning. Is that what it says? Oh. Oh, it's supposed to be the beginning. Okay. Interesting. Do you play Geometry Dash? I do not, but I have some friends that do, and they're really good at it. That game looks so chaotic. I think like it's like too much for my eyes. Oh yeah, I looked it up exactly as you spelt it, and I just read it. It was supposed to be the beginning. Interesting. Is Geometry Dash like a browser game? No, it's not. Oh, this might be a knockoff of it then. Or is it just an app game? Oh yeah, no, I've seen it. It's a very fun game. I'm just trying to figure out, is it like a... I don't think it's just a PC thing. Yeah, you can play it on Mac, okay. Or like it's not like a console thing. Like I've seen it on computers specifically. I just wasn't sure if like it's not like an app you have to download. It's more like you can search it online and then you can start playing it. It's hilarious. Sky says, yeah, it's hilarious, but he was our president for 4 years and things went bad real quick. Yeah, that's kind of like what's happening here. Trump, the first time, things went south really quick. And this time, even worse, and it hasn't even been a year yet. It's been like maybe half a year. Almost half a year. Oh, you can play it on your phone. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, I've only seen people play it on a PC, and I don't know if they've been playing it on like on Google Chrome or something like that, or Safari. But yeah, I've seen some of my friends play it. Looks pretty fun. Looks very challenging. I don't know how they dodge all of the things. Looks like an insane game. But I'm glad you have fun with it, Adriel. Hopefully I said your name right. And then Cyril took over. Oh, okay. And then that's the person that was called out. All right. Okay, let's see. It's 3:40. The leader of one of the bigger political parties is trying to bring back apartheid, but with white people on the chopping block. Huh. I should know this like the back of my hand because I used to teach this stuff. Interesting. And then that's kind of why he said he would take the refugees. Okay. If you mind, you can call me Mateo. Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know, Mateo. Appreciate it. Where's my mouse? Literally said on live broadcast when I get elected, I'm going to kill all white people in South Africa. Huh. Okay. Interesting. I wonder the reason. Okay, I guess after learning that, I could see why Trump has called him out, but then I also feel like, yeah. So I could see why he would say that, but then I also feel like Trump says a lot of things just to protect white people, regardless of, you know, it's just his own, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. But I'm curious as to the, Julius, sorry, yeah, I was going to say Cyril, but you said his name or the person afterwards. Or is he running right now? Or is trying to bring back. Interesting. Yeah, that is really concerning. Because, I mean, genocide is bad regardless. And he isn't in office. Oh, okay. But is he running? Kind of sounds like it based off of what you are talking about. Or he's just in a political party and has like a louder voice. Man. AC shut off. I'm going to go turn that back on real quick. Taylor said, I'm going to sub, okay? Oh, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Means a lot. Welcome to the community. Hope you're enjoying your time here. I don't even think I introduced myself. My name's Avery. I'm a recovering high school English teacher turned co-working streamer. Co-working kind of started off during the pandemic when we were all learning online. And so it was a way for me to have a way to connect with my students while, you know, we were all stuck on Zoom. All right, Mateo, we'll see you. And yeah, sometimes we play video games like you asked earlier on the Switch and Pokemon games and stuff. So yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks for subbing. Appreciate it. All right, I will. Sky High, thank you for sharing all that with me. I appreciate our conversations. I'm going to go check on. Actually, turn back on. Okay, cool. Well, in that case, I'm going to get some work done. I'm going to restart this pomo. It was nice catching up, and thank you for hanging out. Appreciate you being here. And we're going to try to knock out these work tasks. If you're here for co-working, thanks for being here. Add stuff to the list, and I'll talk to y'all in a bit. All right. End of Pomo number 2, but 1. Oh my god, wait. Has it like been silent this whole time? Oh my god. Has there really been no music? My bad, guys. I totally thought we've been playing music this whole time. I mean, I've been playing music this whole time. Wow, that's sad. Well, thanks for lurking if you were lurking here with no music. I'm sure people listen to their own stuff while co-working, so... I just like playing some chill Persona music or Pokemon music. I was about to comment that. Yeah. I've been listening to the Crossroads original soundtrack from Persona, so... my fault. Well, we're on break right now, so welcome back, everybody. Hope y'all had a good FOCO or focus session, POMO, whatever you want to call it. Regison, welcome back. Long time no see. It's been a while. How are you doing? Josh, welcome back on the YouTube side. Josh said, I'm already almost done with my second binder in Pocket. Get out of here, man. I think I have a full binder on Pocket, but not enough for a second one. Or maybe I do. I just haven't really sat with it in a long time to go through, the cards that we got. Oh, hold on. Sorry. I am responding to my boss. There we go. Josh said I'm like level 31 and 1,600 something cards. Wow. I don't even know if I have that many, dude. I have to check. We're going to need to farm some more hourglasses. But Regison, welcome back. Hope you're doing good and joining us for the co-working stream. Anybody else that's been here hanging out or lurking or co-working, thank you so much for the support. Oh, I was just catching up. What was that? Oh, it's Jeff. What's going on, man? I'm also a raider. Raided my own stream. How's the rest of the co-working, man? Welcome in, Raiders. What's going on? Is it Akeby? I know you said hi to me earlier. How do I say your name? Let me know. Thanks for the follow. Wow, appreciate it. It was good. Did work. Dude, you had a long stream. I'm just like, man, this guy is in it. What was it, like 8 hours? Sheesh. Ake, it is? Okay, cool. Edgar, what's going on? Welcome back. Thanks for the raid, man. Just like that. Cool. Oh, wrong keyboard. Wrong computer, I mean. I don't know if mods are here. But, go follow Kyo or Jeff. Dude, earlier when I hopped in your stream this morning, whoever song that was, I was like, oh, the vibes are vibing. Like, that was nice. And then the switch up was hella quick. Into the the LeBron memes. That was funny. But thank you for the raid, man. Thanks for trusting me with your community. Welcome in, Raiders. If you aren't following Kyo, go drop him a follow. Music producer by night, ? Day job, something else. I forget. But friends of friends, and go check him out while he's streaming when I'm not streaming, because I'll probably be in chat anyways. Oh, we were showing off our beats. Nice. And we all make good music, but it's so fun to make intentionally bad music. No, that was really cool to see what was going on. How are you guys doing, man? Thanks. I hope you had a good stream. If you got a raid and run, by all means, go get some. hours, I think like 4 or 5 hours, I'm like, I'm also here co-working, and then I'm like, maybe I should stream. So thanks for motivating me, man. Appreciate it. But welcome in, Raiders. If there's anybody that's new here and you don't know who I am, my name's Avery. I'm a recovering high school English teacher. Mic popped for a second. Yeah, my cord is kind of crappy here. You gonna lurk? Oh, dude, I bet, man. Thank you. Have a good rest of your evening, dude. Get some rest, and thank you for the raid. If you're new here from Jeff's community, thanks for coming in. If you're here for co-working, welcome. We try to co-work as much as we can when we're not traveling for work or for recreation. But my name is Avery. I'm a recovering high school English teacher turned co-working streamer, and a lot of the video games we play are on my Switch. I don't have a PC, so I stream from a Mac. Lots of Pokemon stuff. We open Pokemon cards on stream. I also play TCG Live. And I try to compete, but I'm not a professional by any means. So there's that. But welcome in. Ike said, oh, how long have you been a teacher? I was a teacher for 5 years, high school English teacher. And then I was a department head for 2 of those years. If I had to say in total, I was in the classroom for about 10 years. I started off as a substitute while I was interning, and 2 of my internships, I assumed like a full-time teaching role, but like it's not, by contract. So I can't really count those as official. So officially I've taught for 5 years on payroll. But I've been in the classroom for about 10. Yeah, I did a lot of internships teaching, so that was a lot of fun. Taught like ethnic studies, Filipino American studies, English. I taught English at the 5th and 6th grade level. Yeah. But hey, welcome back. Thanks for coming back to the stream, man. How are you doing? Appreciate it. Ike said, wow, thanks. Appreciate that. And this, the last 2 years, I'm no longer a teacher, but I actually coach teachers now. My last job, I was coaching educators on how to make blended learning, self-paced classrooms. So some of the stuff you're actually seeing here was very similar to the videos that I would make for my students. You wouldn't see all of this mess over here, but it would be a pretty similar overlay. So if any of my students are in chat, they can attest to that. But I made videos online for my lessons, and my class would be self-paced. So students could go as fast or slow as they want through the curriculum. And then my last job was actually coaching teachers how to build that out themselves. Corporate layoffs, and now I'm working at a company that's building AI for educators in schools. So it's a safer tool to use for the world of education. I ask, why did you change? Just wanted to, or the jobs? It was a little bit of change. I was planning to, so a lot of things happened in my teaching career where I wasn't expecting it to happen, like becoming a department head. That was like, I was like, I'll become a department head when I'm 40. And I became department head at like 28, I think, or 27. And I was planning to at least stay at my school for a total of 7 years. But the previous job I just talked about, the opportunity came up, and 2 things happened. I had the opportunity to become an assistant principal or to take my last job. And it was a pretty hard fight between the 2 because, oh, not that button. I didn't know which way I wanted to go. My heart knew, which was towards my last job. It's just a lot of the work that I had done kind of led to becoming an assistant principal. It's just, I was like, it sounds miserable and not what I want to do with my life right now. And in terms of where things were in my life, needing to save money to get married or buy a house and stuff like that, the teacher salary was not cutting it. And so that's where I was kind of looking for something new, something that paid better. It was a hard choice, yeah, because I'm honored that my boss wanted me to be an assistant principal on their team. I really appreciate that. I had a good administration that believed in the work that I did. It honestly really came down to pay. Was the big part. It wasn't anything against my bosses. It was actually the school district. They couldn't promise me my pay would increase, and by the time that they wanted me to sign a contract without any of the terms. When I was asking for terms to be clarified. So there was that. Yeah, money is nice. It wasn't a crazy pay increase, but it was definitely more than I was making as a department head for less work. If that makes sense. Like, it was cool that I was making more money as a manager, as a department head, but I was doing like so much work for my school and for the school district, and it was just kind of burning me out. If you want a quick way to teacher burnout, become a department head your third year of teaching. Yeah, it was fun. I learned a lot. I kind of wish I stayed in the classroom longer, but you know, things happen for a reason and led me to the job I'm at today, honestly. So I'm grateful for what happened, and I don't regret the decisions I made. I do hope one day to return to the classroom. That'll probably happen after I am more financially stable. So yeah. Existential. Yeah, no. On that, no confirmation. Right, I appreciate the confetti. Thank you. Yeah, now it was in my last year of teaching, during not between the job offers, but the last year of teaching, I actually also took on student teachers. And so in teacher credentialing programs, you have to do something called student teaching, where a college student will come into the classroom and co-teach for a while, or they're going to shadow, and then you have to assume a full-time teaching role at least by the second semester if you haven't already done it, and you take on a couple classes from your mentor. And so there were 2 interns left at the school that I was teaching at, and everyone else from my department was already booked. There were so many interns that kind of came in that year not everyone was booked. People that were willing to take on a free intern, because we don't get compensation for training these interns or these student teachers. And there were 2 left, and they came from the same university I graduated from. So I was like, why not? No one else is taking them. I already had so much on my plate. But actually, I really enjoyed teaching them. Thank you for folks spamming the hearts on on YouTube. You like dinosaurs? Nice, Potato. Thanks for sharing that. Dinosaurs are dope, especially Pokemon, dinosaur-looking Pokemon. Yeah, I ended up really loving mentoring my interns, and that's kind of what pushed me even more outside of the pay to take my next job, because I was going to be coaching educators all across the country, which was incredible. Ike said, of course not. That'd be crazy to pay. /sarcasm. Yeah. I had a great time. And I learned so much about the education system in different states in the U.S., and learned how people do things differently, how there are different rules and standards, and ways that people teach kids, even though it's kind of more or less similar, but there's just different ways of thinking or different ways of doing things. And that kind of led me to this next job. So yeah, prior to this, I've been unemployed for like 10 months. So I just started this job is very new right now, so it's a lot of training. Excuse me. And so during the co-working streams, like my current task, I think I'm doing some learning modules on learning how to use our AI tools to help students in like special ed programs and stuff like that, which it all makes sense to me. Just I have to sit through these courses so I know how to support and coach the teachers that I'm going to be working with. So yeah, because I'm not super familiar with AI. It's super new space for me. Mateo said in Dominic's Rex. Kind of sounds like something from my high school where they had a Latin phrase. Yeah, super new space to me. I only really knew AI as like when ChatGPT exploded in 2022. So if anyone was in school during that year, you guys know what it was like at the kind of first public release of AI. Students were rampantly cheating. And I was very curious about it. It's just I didn't have time to deal with it. Dinosaur names probably are Latin based. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of my first experience with it. Didn't really use it for anything else. I had students that came to me that were like, "Oh yeah, I'm using ChatGPT to make sense of your instructions," and I was like a little offended. What's going on, Edward? Welcome back. It made sense though. At the time, I didn't get it, but now that I use it, I'm like, oh yeah, it kind of does help you take your brain farts and kind of streamline it if you need it to. And so yeah, now I'm kind of learning how AI is entering the education space, how it can help teachers not just become more efficient, but actually help personalize learning for our students. So it's pretty cool. A lot of stuff that I'm learning is like stuff that I wish I had when I started teaching, because it would have saved me so much time. But I'm just glad I got to help others do this stuff. And I'm doing my best to stay in the classroom. While I was unemployed, I was substitute teaching again. And then I actually taught 2 after-school classes. It was Anime Club and Pokemon TCG Club. So hopefully I get to do that again in the fall, at least one of them. It was super fun to teach elementary school kids, super out of my wheelhouse. But it was awesome to teach, things that I'm relatively passionate or interested about. When I teach English, it's still heavily infused like anime and pop culture. But it was really cool to just teach a class about anime. And the focus was through how to tell a story, like narrative writing, character traits, all that stuff. The Pokemon TCG class was strictly just teaching kids how to play the game, which was really cool. Appreciate all the emotes on YouTube. Who am I talking to? I'm just talking to chat, Mateo. And, well, I guess specifically talking to Ake over on Twitch, because they're asking questions about my career as an educator. Sorry, yeah, I know you guys can't see the Twitch chat. Or no, you should be able to see the Twitch chat, I think, right above me, question mark. I don't know if it's like super visible or not. Who are you talking to? Yeah. No, yeah. Twitch can't see YouTube chat because I don't think there's a way to like how Stream Elements does this stuff to link it up. So apologies that you guys aren't able to see each other's stuff. But appreciate the all the likes and the emotes over on and reactions on YouTube. Thank you. Ake said, gotta admit, asked ChatGPT to write me a cover letter for my job, and it was pretty good. My own cover letter was pretty solid already. It made it more job specific, which I wanted. Yes, I actually did the same thing. That's kind of what that is my, I guess, first use case with AI outside of the classroom. While we've been job hunting, I have been, I was using kind of ChatGPT as like a second pair of eyes because like I was the only one home. And usually my brother and I, or even with me and my girlfriend, we kind of go back and forth with looking at each other's resumes, cover letters and stuff, but they're both working full-time jobs, and I'm like, I can't bug them and wait for them for an answer. So, I kind of turned to ChatGPT like, hey, here's what I wrote. Here's the link to the job description. Can you kind of just cross-check what things am I missing? Or how would you phrase this differently? And no, I totally agree with you, Ike. Like, it does a pretty good job, and especially after you have done a few rounds of cover letters or resumes, it kind of gets better at knowing you, which is creepy. Personal preference if you want it to do that, but it is kind of nice to know that, like, okay, cool, I can just kind of come to this and leverage the work that I've already done to help it kind of create a resume or cover letter for myself. So yeah. What's your favorite anime? My favorite anime is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. That is my number one anime. If you haven't watched that, go check it out. It's still probably one of the top animes of all time. Nope, I even got my name out, the CV. I send to ChatGPT. Oh yeah, redact personal information and stuff like that. You don't want to provide that stuff if you don't need to, kind of thing. It is the second anime of Full Metal. First one I don't really like. I don't think anyone really likes. It was cool, but after I watched Brotherhood, I was like, okay, I could see what was missing now. Yeah, more manga accurate, and one of the few animes of its time to actually do something that is, manga and canon accurate, which is really cool. Yeah, I will rewatch that show. I at least rewatch the anime once a year because I have it on Blu-ray. I mean, it's on streaming services like Crunchyroll and I think Netflix still. Oops, sorry, coworker texted me. There we go. Cool. Egg said, gotcha, haven't seen it. I've seen episodes of the first one when it was on TV. Yeah, same. Yeah, you should, honestly, dude, just rewatch Brotherhood. You don't even need to watch the original one, unless you want to. Only reason I'm saying that, not just because of, like, bias. Like, I actually did the same thing as you did. I rewatched the original one. They basically sum up the important parts of the original one in like the first 3 episodes, and then the story kind of branches off in the way that the manga is supposed to. Yeah, so if you want to watch it for nostalgic purposes, by all means, but I think like the original one, oh yeah, see, for nostalgia, I think the original one, like, I want to say like a solid like 24 30 episodes or something, that gets kind of summed up in the first like 12 episodes of Brotherhood, which is a little sad. So honestly, yeah, for nostalgia purposes, now I've just convinced myself, go watch the original. I don't know how much of the original you've watched. I'm not gonna try to spoil anything. When it comes to the original, there's a lot of character development and attachment you get to characters that I guess you wouldn't get from Brotherhood, but you do get it if you watch the original. Oh, you know the plot? Okay. Do you remember Major Hughes? Or that character? Roy Mustang's friend? Anyways, yes? Okay. That's kind of what I'm referring to. That and several other characters. Like, I feel like because so many new characters are introduced in Brotherhood that I can see why they sped through a lot of that stuff. I can also see where, like, if you watch the original one, my emotional attachment to a lot of characters grew fonder because I already knew them coming into Brotherhood. So I guess in that sense, on the nostalgic piece like you're referring to, go watch the original one. I think my advice would be to a certain extent, because I remember like getting to the ending, and then there's some movies that follow the original anime that aren't canon either, but they're canon to the original anime. And it kind of closed some holes there, some loopholes, plot story holes, whatever. They were cool. It just left me confused, honestly. It wasn't bad. For what it is as a standalone thing, it's all right. It's just when you're thinking about how plots work, it's like, what the fuck happened? I think I saw one of the movies from TV. Yes, yeah, I think that probably aired on like Adult Swim or something like that. It was like the star of like Miyokos or something. I don't know. Very weird ending. But I think it like kind of closed out what the original anime was trying to do. And then when you watch Brotherhood, completely different direction. Really great direction. Yeah, go watch Brotherhood. I love it. Top anime. My number one. How about yourself? Do you have a number one anime? Did I complete a module? Been yapping for 15 minutes of this pomo. I saw Edward's like, yo, I'm just trying to do work, man. Rama 1.5. I've been told to watch that. Reboot compared to the old one. Do you have like opinions on like what I just similar opinions on like what I just said between original and Brotherhood? I don't know if they're different at all. Like I actually don't really know anything about it outside of it aired on TV before, and there's no, I don't know anything about it. I just know it was a really popular show. It got rebooted, and I've been recommended to go watch it. But I haven't actually seen that many animes. It was hard where I'm from, so now that it's more easy, I want to get into it. Nice. There is a difference. Oh, okay. So it's not like a total reboot. It's like a continuation? Question mark. Sam, what's going on? Oh my goodness, long time no see. How are you doing? Sam is one of the fellow people that have taught me how to play Pokemon TCG, and is also a pro TCG player. Welcome back. How you doing? We're talking about animes right now. If you have a favorite anime, drop it in the chat. Not much. I'm dreadfully bored. So I'm actually playing my Switch game backlog. Nice. I need to get on my backlog of games. Linda, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hello. Yeah, I was editing a video last night on Red Rescue Team Mystery Dungeon, and I was like, damn, I gotta finish this game. Sky High, it's getting really late over here. All right, I think I'm gonna head off to sleep. Thank you, Sky High, for coming in, opening up today. I really appreciate it, and doing the co-working things today, man. I saw you getting some stuff done. I appreciate you for coming in, Sky High. Have a good night. We'll see you in the next one. Sam said the Bayonetta Origin game is like unironically peak. I would actually recommend it. Is that out on the Switch? I didn't even know that. Linda says they like Dun Dun Dun. Oh, nice. I love that show too. Actually really good. I very much enjoyed Dun Dun Dun. I'm excited for season 2. I know there's a movie coming out for it, right? But I think the movie is like the first 3 episodes essentially. It's not like a separate movie. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I've heard that there's a movie coming out, or unless it's out already. Oh, wait. I was looking up what Sam said. Sam said the Bayonetta Jin game Switch. Oh, Rama 1.5 is a reboot. The new one is more streamlined, cut a lot of the bloat episodes. Okay. Which I like, but at the same time, kind of think the first season of the reboot went fast, but overall, very solid reboot, and can recommend to new people. So, okay, cool. I feel like I would actually still watch both. An anime I watched recently was Gurren Lagann, or Gurren Lagann? Lagann? I don't know how, Gurren Lagann, whatever. If you haven't watched that, that's definitely a classic. I wonder if they would ever reboot it, because yeah, there was a lot of like fluff in the episodes, and I'm just like, okay, get to the point, please. Sam, is it Bayonetta Origin? Is it Cereza and the Lost Demon? Why haven't I? When did this come out? Why have I not seen this? Or is this a different game? I mean, this looks like a different game. I don't know. Let me know what the title is. All right, Sky, bye. Have a nice day. Linda said, so you have any movie or anime I can watch kid-friendly, please? Well, I mean, if you watch Dun Dun Dun, is that really so kid-friendly? I guess it depends on what kind of animes you're into. Because if you watch Dun Dun Dun, that's like kind of shonen-ish question mark. You watch like Spy Family, My Hero. I was just talking about Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, so you can check that out. It's my favorite anime. I don't know if it's kid-friendly. Yes, Digimon. Thank you for saying Digimon. Back from the ad, did I miss anything too important? Oh, welcome back, Sam. Thank you for supporting the stream. Yeah, I was asking what the title of the Bayonetta game is. Is it Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demon? Or are you talking about a different game? It said, there's a special place in my heart for Ranma because it was my first manga and anime. Ah, the reboot also has the original Japanese voice actors. Sweet. Oh, it is that game. Okay, I've never seen this game, Sam. I didn't even know it existed because I'm looking at it on like the Nintendo website. Is it kind of like a side-scrolling game? Art looks pretty cool. Not what I was expecting. But not My Hero Academia. For sure. Yeah, I watched Full Metal. What's something else I was watching recently? If you want to be sad, you could watch... I think that is called My Hero Academia. Wait, which show? Or My Hero is a show. Yeah. Sam said, started today and like the control scheme. The art itself looks really unique, honestly. Ike said, love Digimon. Oh, Digimon is kid-friendly. That's what you meant. Yes. Digimon is very kid-friendly. And I love Digimon. I think we have a lot of Digimon fans that might be lurking. Season 1 and 2 are my favorite. That's just what I grew up on. Linda said, okay, GG. The Pokemon anime, super kid-friendly. I'm actually rewatching the X and Y season of Pokemon right now because it's on Netflix. I never watched it all the way through. Also, I think at the time it was airing, I think I was kind of like, ew, Pokemon, it's for kids. And I was probably like in college or end of high school or something like that. Still very much a kid show. I fast forward through a lot of stuff, but I do enjoy watching Ash's journey as a trainer, especially in X and Y, because at this point he's already a pretty powerful Pokemon trainer. And I just kind of want to see the Pokemon he gets and how they evolve and all that stuff. Same thing with if you watch the latest series of Pokemon on Netflix, I think they're called like, well, with Ash specifically, it's like Ultimate Journeys, Master Journeys, and stuff like that. That's the final series where Ash becomes a Pokemon Monarch or Champion, whatever it's called. The following series after that is called Pokemon Horizons. It's the current anime. Very kid-friendly. I honestly think it's even better than Ash's original story because there's actual plot development and character development. No shade against Ash, but the final season, like, honestly, I think after X and Y, there was like no character development for Ash because he's already like super powerful. It's just like, when is he gonna win? Whereas with Pokemon Horizons, if any of you want to check it out, I think I enjoy it a lot. I think it's a great anime. Super enjoy the characters in that one. Sorry, I'm gonna catch up in chat. Sam said, no, it's kind of like older Zelda games with an open-ish world, like, ooh, like dungeons. Okay, I know what you're talking about. That's cool. $60. It does. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Some of the screenshots I'm looking at, it is not side scrolling. It's just the art style. Wow, that actually looks really cool. Okay. I'm gonna have to keep that on a list of things to get at some point. Like I said, there's no other Digimon seasons in my head other than the first and second. And then they continue releases, but haven't seen them. Sam said, but yes, the art style is really nice, but I also enjoy like the puzzles and the combat isn't too bad. I'm very curious about the combat. I haven't watched the video yet. I'll check it out later. But one of the screenshots of the combat, I'm like, oh, this looks really cool. It looks more kind of open worldy battle than like a sandbox top-down kind of thing that I was thinking of. Ike said, I dropped out of Pokemon as a kid, but might go back to the core 3 cast for nostalgia. The big episode amount is frightening, yes. It's interesting because I have an easier time watching the original seasons of Pokemon with the core 3, like Ash, Misty, and Brock. I could watch those on repeat. I think it's because in those seasons, like Ash isn't saying the same thing over and over again. There is a season after like Gen 3 in like Ruby and Sapphire where the voice actor, I don't know if the voice actor changes, but like the writing for Ash gets so simple and it's like terrible. It's hard for me to get through because he just like says like the same thing over and over. But anything with like all the way up until like Brock's last season. So Brock is all the way through like Gen 3. Oh, no, he's even in Gen 4. Okay, in Gen 4 it does get kind of weird. So Gen 4, the voice acting changes. All of their lines get super simple. Like even Brock is boiled down to like a caricature of someone who's just like trying to rizz up any girl he sees. And it's the same tropes happen over and over again. I mean, it happens in the original series too, but even more so. After, I think like within Gen 4 onward, every episode has to have a Team Rocket moment, has to have a moment with Brock falling in love with the girl, has to have a moment of like Ash saying the same commands to Pikachu. I don't know, it gets kind of annoying. I know the original series had that as well, but at least there would be like lines where like Ash is roasting Misty or like, I don't know. It was definitely a different time. Nostalgia factor, yes. I think rewatching the original series is cool. I think I'm just somebody who does thoroughly enjoy Pokemon to another degree. And it's not even just like Pikachu, like him saying Pikachu used Thunderbolt. It's like he says, like, what does he say? He'd be like, let's, like, Pikachu use Thunderbolt, let's go. For sure, Pikachu use Thunderbolt. Like, I don't know why they add those extra phrases on it, unless they're just trying to fill in like the mouth flaps from the Japanese dub. Doesn't make sense to me. So I'm even curious if the Japanese dub has simple phrasing like that. I don't know. Or did the Pokemon company decide like this needs to be targeted towards kids, and like that's the direction they really went with, which makes sense. It's not until these recent years that Pokemon has started evolving to meet more mature audiences. And even then, it's still pretty childish, as if you guys know. Sorry, let me catch up with the chat. We're talking about Digimon 2. I think I watched, what's the 4th season of Digimon? Let me look it up. 4th season of, because I think season 3 is when they have the cards, right? Okay, I did watch season 4. 3rd season of Digimon was Tamers. Tamers was awesome. Is there a 5th season of Digimon? Okay, this one I didn't watch. This was Data Squad. I know nothing about that. Deep Roy, what's going on? Morning is afternoon over here for us. How are you doing? Sam says, I haven't followed the Pokemon anime since I was like much younger. Yeah. I think up until Gen 3 was when Pokemon as an anime would air on like Saturday morning cartoons. So like that's like how I would watch it. And then I think by Gen 4 it moved over to Cartoon Network, and I didn't really get to see all of it. And I think I was like in high school at that point already. And like in that age of high school, you're kind of like, ew, Pokemon, Digimon, like I'm too old for that. At least for me, that's how it was. But in high school, or when I was in high school, that's when like Heart Gold and Soul Silver came out, and everyone like went back to playing Pokemon. Like any like person that was like, I do remember you, Deep Roy. Thanks for coming back. Welcome back to the stream. Yeah, when I was in high school, anyone that was kind of like hiding the fact that they still loved Pokemon, when Heart Gold and Soul Silver came out, everyone whipped out their Nintendo DS and was just playing in class or battling during school. So that was really awesome. It was a nice moment of return for Pokemon. That was around like sophomore year of high school, and then I fell off for a couple years. I kind of just forgot about Pokemon almost. And then when I was in college, it was actually one of my roommates that brought me back in. He really wanted to get Pokemon X and Y, and I didn't have a 3DS, but he's like, I want someone to play with, and you're the only person that I know that has some kind of love for Pokemon, which I appreciated, and it brought me back in. I fell in love with Pokemon all over again. It was just super fun to do that. But yeah, the anime, like I saw glimpses of X and Y. I just couldn't get into it. Like I said, the voice acting and the writing was just terrible. I'm rewatching it now just because like I loved X and Y as a video game. I also saw like Ash's battles in the Elite Four, like clips of it when the series ended, and so I kind of want to know full stop like how it went. Because personally, I do think Ash should have won the Elite Four in X and Y, but I think for writing purposes, they didn't want Ash to win without Pikachu, and Ash would have won with Greninja. And if you guys know anything about the anime, he's the only person that has the Ash Greninja combo. Like, they introduced Mega Evolution, didn't give Ash a Mega Evolved Pokemon, but they gave him a Greninja that could turn into a half-breed of him and Greninja, which is cool. He's super powerful, but yeah, he did not win the Pokemon League there. Sam said, okay, wait, let me catch up. Egg said, that sounds like in a game when it waits for the player to make a move and to continue the game. Sam said, haven't played the game since like Sun and Moon. Yeah, original, but still TCG ride or die. Agreed. Egg said, I was so invested and attached to Digimon first and second characters. I don't care about the other seasons. Also, I got older too. Yeah, interest changed. Yeah. So, yeah, Ash does have a thing called Ash Greninja. You can Google it. And it was pretty epic. His Pokemon was pretty strong. And then I didn't watch the Alola series. Only saw parts of it. Also, like, it didn't really air on cable television, to my knowledge. So I don't really know where it aired. But yeah, Digimon seasons 1 and 2. I love those characters. I know the fandom of Digimon kind of hates that seasons 1 and 2 always get all the love. I appreciate that Digimon has aged their characters with the audience, which has been really cool. So I don't know. I personally like that. I really like the third season. It's interesting because I don't even count the third season as Digimon because it was so different. I mean, it was still Digimon, but you should check it out if you haven't seen it. Digimon Tamers, it basically took Digimon into the real world, into our world. So like it talked about Digimon as a card game, and the kids in the show get cards, but then they somehow end up getting a Digivice, and then Digimon come to life. So it was like, it wasn't like an isekai. I don't know what to call it, but it was cool. I really enjoyed that season. Season 4, I watched it. I understand the story. Don't remember all of it. I still found it weird that Digimon fused with the humans, but that was the kind of gimmick for it. It wasn't bad after I watched it. I think I just judged it hard because it wasn't season 1 and 2 when I was a kid. And when I watched it as an adult, I was like, okay, I could see why people like this. It's not bad. It just wasn't my cup of tea, personally. Sam said the special Ash Greninja in the games was super busted. Yeah. The Battle Bond nerf. Yeah. Agreed. Egg said, yeah, that's understandable if you're more involved in the franchise. It's not like 1 and 2 are getting all the love and no rest appreciate. Yeah. And I feel like that's, oh, congrats on the Quaxley. Yeah, I feel like the other seasons don't get as much love and the fandom doesn't appreciate that, especially if you grew up on a different generation of Digimon, you know? Yeah, I really like 1 and 2. I love that if you haven't seen Digimon Try, go watch that. I loved it a lot. It's basically all of our original gang, and now they're like high schoolers. Has a different story. I don't know if it's canon. I don't think it is. But it was really cool to see that. I love that whole series. And the recent movies that came out. Last Evolution Kizuna, I think it's called. And then there's a second movie that came out recently too, for our second season characters like Davis and Yoli and all of them. So if you haven't seen that, go check it out. I haven't watched the second movie yet, but I'm excited to. Like I said, yes, those I haven't seen in the new movies. Try is canon. Oh, all right. Well, I love Try. So that was an awesome series. I really enjoyed it a lot. And it was really nice to see, everything kind of come together in a modern era. I did watch the reboot as well. It was cool. It was really nice to see the world of Digimon that I knew brought into the 21st century. Definitely was targeted towards kids because it had that kind of, I don't know if, was it Linda? You still here? Yeah, I know we mentioned Digimon. You could watch the Digimon reboot. I think it's called Digimon 2020. I don't know. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I would say kind of like Brotherhood. It streamlined a lot of stuff. And it actually kind of revealed that a lot of the things we know and love from the original series was a lot of filler. It was very cool to watch them tell a different story of how like the origins of Digimon kind of worked and like the lore and everything. It was really cool. So definitely check it out. Sam said the only anime I care about is Avatar: The Last Airbender. Goated. I agree. If genre labels weren't a thing, yeah, Avatar: The Last Airbender is probably my number one show. But because it's like not an anime, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is my number one anime. But yeah, Avatar: The Last Airbender fans, we out here. One of my favorite shows of all time. Another show that I will watch at least once a year, if not repetitively. Oh, bet I started the OG first season recently, and I already feel it's bloat galore. Oh, for Digimon? Yeah. I think like with Digimon, I can get through it though, because like it's so much nostalgia. I actually don't mind it. Same with Pokemon. Like I think those seasons, it's just I can feel the like, okay, this is so much filler, but also like I'm reliving childhood. You know what I mean? Sam said I've seen it so much. I bought it on disc. Oh, dude, same. Yeah, I also bought it on disc as well, even though I could watch it on streaming platforms. It's just like whenever it gets off a streaming platform, I'm just glad that I have it. Yeah, Avatar: The Last Airbender is one of my favorite shows of all time. Also love Korra. I know Korra is very controversial for a lot of people. I also still have my opinions about it too, with just some of the writing in some seasons or a way that plot could have been told. But nonetheless, I still appreciate it, and I try to rewatch it every now and then. I always find something new when I'm watching Korra, whether it's about the story or kind of how it connects to, you know, what we're experiencing in the world. Same thing with Avatar, The Last Airbender, both of them. Every time I rewatch them, I like learn something new. It's great. Except Atla was a show that started right as a teenager and quote unquote, it was a kid's show, so I didn't watch it in the morning. Want to watch that in court too? Oh yeah, you should totally rewatch it. It's insane to me that like it's a kid's show, which it is a kid's show, but the way that they tell, you know, issues and stories that those kids experience, incredible. Definitely ahead of its time kind of thing. The title though, it will be after the new UI release. I can't think about it right now though. Oh, I see. Sam said, yeah, I think I saw how much a month of Netflix costed. Exactly. Yeah. One-time payment for the DVD, directly supporting, you know, the creators and Avatar Studios. So yeah, once you have the DVD, you don't need to buy it again. Egg said, yeah, but it wasn't cool at the time for me, typical teenager. No, I feel you. Nothing wrong with kids shows. They're the best sometimes. Yeah, I think that's kind of the nice thing about a show like Avatar is that it has aged very well, where it can even be seen as like not a kid show because of the way that it tells the story, and is just anime inspired in that sense. Sam said very much as a kid show, but it's a kid show that didn't sacrifice the integrity of the story to make it kid friendly. Thank you. That is a great way to put it. And it's probably one of the only shows that I know that really does that in terms of, especially in animation. They really still go out of their way to tell a story. And I think that's what I really enjoyed about Korra is that it went into some darker topics. It was definitely catered towards an older audience. Yeah, I think like with Digimon, especially in later, oh, let me reply to my coworker, sorry. Plus the Tales of Bossing Say is like extremely depressing. Yeah, it flew all the way over my head when I was younger. Yeah, I think a lot of things flew over my head when I was younger because at the time, Avatar came out, I think I had just started getting obsessed with like Naruto, Shippuden specifically. I didn't really watch the original Naruto series all the way through. What I loved about Naruto was kind of like the idea of elements and stuff like that. And so when Avatar came out, it was just like, wait a minute, you have people that can control elements without needing ninjutsu. They can just do things. And so I was super like zoned in on that. And I watched it as it came out as well. So that's personally why I like fell in love with the show. So I kind of watched it all the way through. But yeah, I think a lot of the stuff kind of went over my head as a kid. And when I started watching it on DVD was when I kind of started consuming, or maybe connecting the dots between the things that kind of just went in one ear and out the other. Yeah, because like they don't like, I don't know how to explain it. You just got to watch it. A lot of the stuff that the kids or the characters experience, it's not like they're like shoving down your throat imperialism and other stuff. Like, it's just like, hey, here's the world and here are things that people experience. And these kids are trying to help solve a problem without being too repetitive or, you know, no offense to SpongeBob. I love SpongeBob, but like every episode is the same. You know what I mean? Like every episode is relatively not the same in Avatar. And it kind of builds on itself. Yeah. So I don't know. I love that show. And I'm excited for the new stuff they're going to come out with. I know they're working on films right now and other animated movies. They're working on a video game as well. I also listened to the Avatar, actually, I don't know what it's called. I think it's called Braving the Elements podcast. So if you listen to podcasts, go check that out. It's actually hosted by Dante Bosco and Janet Varney, the voice of Korra. Hey, Sarah, how are you doing? And Casey Jones, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Sorry, I'm catch up with chat. What did I miss? Oh my god, my my mouse is not doing the things. Are you kidding me? There we go. Excuse me. Egg said, which of course I didn't see it as a child. It was more like cool colors and music. But as an adult, I know Digimon has a real deep story too. First and second season, but yes. Yeah, and especially the way it ends too. You know, it kind of does like a flash forward kind of thing, and you get to see the characters grow up. And even before that, you know, I think that's what I really appreciate even with the films. If any other Digimon fans are out there, is that it really gets into like understanding your childhood and how that could be a part of you as an adult kind of thing. Casey Jones said, can you give my friend's channel Negro Names a shout out? He loves Avatar The Last Airbender. Cool. Go follow. Oh, okay. I just read that. Cool. No, we're not going to do that. Well, I'm glad they love Avatar The Last Airbender if you're trolling me, but sweet. You're going to be reported. Thanks for coming in. Let's see. And we're going to ban this person. There we go. Cool. Thanks. Appreciate it. Sam said, also back to the Korra discussion. Okay, wait. Did I catch up with everything? Sorry. Those older stories that live on for many years and generations. Yeah. And yeah, it has like super deep meaning. Totally agree. And they're timeless stories. Sam said, also back to the Korra discussion. I do enjoy it a lot, but after season 1 kind of fell off. Kind of just felt like it lost the magic, you know. I agree with you. I don't know if you knew this, and the creators actually confirmed that it wasn't just that, because the story kind of evolved every season. But Korra was originally slated for like 2 seasons at 12 episodes. And so the way that they wrote book 1 was intended how it was. It was like, okay, we have 12 episodes to tell a story. Here's what we're going to do. Cool. We yapped a whole pomo. Sick. Hope y'all are enjoying your time here. And book one, I agree with you, Sam. I love book one. I think it showed us the universe. It world built what the world of Avatar has become. It created an enemy, and like, you know, it was like super concise. I wouldn't have minded a whole journey of like 3 books of fighting Amon, and he became like a larger enemy, you know. But they had to tell the story in 12 episodes. And then they had a book 2, which who knows what that was supposed to originally be about. And it's like, okay, we're going to introduce another problem that Korra is facing. But then after book 1, Nickelodeon greenlighted 4 books, I think, and like more episodes. So then there's just this whole like, okay, well, now we need to tell like an entirely grand, bigger story. And then they kind of decided to... when you listen to the podcast, you get kind of more insight on what the creators' decisions were. And they just started doing the podcast for Legend of Korra. So a lot of the episodes that are out are about the original series, but they actually just started talking about Legend of Korra, which I haven't listened to those yet. I've only listened to like 1 episode. But they talk about what I'm talking about with the idea that like, hey, Angel, what's going on? J Angel, MTZ, Nickelodeon? Yes, those were the days for sure. Yeah, we're talking about Avatar. And... yeah, they get into kind of like the behind the scenes stuff. So it's really cool to hear about the decisions they were making, why they had to do certain things. But I feel you. Yeah, the magic of the show, it kind of changes. Book 2, not very fond of. Book 3, a little bit better. I do like kind of the tensions that were brought up about the air nomads or the air nomad culture. Book 4 was like, it was okay here and there. The battling in book 4 is really great. Yeah, but not book 1. I feel you, Sam. We just got hit with an ad break. Sam said, anyway, Atlas so peak. I don't think there's a flaw I can point out. I agree. 100%. I'm not going to deny that. I'm going to run to the restroom real quick. Favorite anime? Angel, I will answer that in just a moment. Y'all hang out real quick. I've just been sitting here drinking a lot of water, so BRB.
You're now listening to the smooth sounds of Pokemon After Dark.
Right.
I'm just messing with you. Well, welcome to Trainers Talk. I'm Rico, and you are?
I'm Avery. Nice to meet you, Rico.
Likewise. So where's home base for you, Avery?
Home base is over in California, San Francisco Bay Area.
Okay, so not too bad of a commute here. I'm from Florida, so it took me a little longer to get here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Did you get a chance to head through the museum and take a look at all the great older consoles and the swag they got for attending, and even the decks they used to become champions?
Yeah, it was incredible to just walk in and immediately see those dates, the timeline that's up there, because I was like, this is what I was looking for, because I didn't really know about Worlds prior. This is my first Worlds, and so seeing them, like, wow, this has been going on since I was a child. I know TCG has been around for a long time, but seeing it year after year where it's been, and then now I'm just like, cool, I'm glad I get to participate in this. And then looking around at, like what you're saying, all the memorabilia, all the nostalgia, what really hit me after viewing at how each state kind of did Worlds, their design, was the game consoles. Just staring at all of it being presented in each game, handheld console representing each version of Pokemon, that was just super nostalgic for me to like walk through all of them. Yeah.
Did you get a chance to see the theater and see the clips of all the 20 plus years of world championships and Pokemon tournaments?
I haven't yet, but I know some of the footage that I've been seeing around on the screens. All right, we're back. There's a Morgrim in chat. J-Angel, or let me know how you want me to address you. Favorite anime? Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. We were just talking about this earlier. That's why we've been talking about shows. Is my favorite anime. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. What is this? FrostyTools.com. Welcome back, everyone, from the commercial break. Frosty Tools is it's a bot. It's creepy sometimes and not at the same time. I appreciate it. One of my streamer friends introduced it to me. I found it helpful, especially when there's like nobody in my chat, and especially while we're on break. Like if an ad comes up, you can at least still be engaged with the chat in case you miss something. So it kind of just summarizes what we talk about, and puts it into like a fun way. Before it, I actually had it running as like a Dr. Seuss bot, so then it would like very creepy yet cool, yeah, pretty much, where it would summarize everything in like a Dr. Seuss like poem. I thought that was funny. There's some other modes too, but yeah, I kind of just have it running so that when there's an ad break, people who are lurking can, I don't know, have a little, not feel so isolated, if that makes sense. But I appreciate you like it. Yeah, it's creepy and cool at the same time. That's for sure. Oh, cool. We're still on break. All right. After this break, I'm going to jump into the Pomo just because I should finish my work task. Angel says, nice. I have a soft spot for Samurai Champloo. Ooh, that is a good one. I consider that the first anime I ever watched randomly on late nights on Adult Swim when I was a kid. Dude, same. Samurai Champloo, goated music track. If you haven't watched that, Nujabes or Nujabes, however you want to pronounce, rest in peace. Man, soundtrack on Samurai Champloo and the art, incredible. Agreed. It's definitely one of the top shows for me. Classic. I have I did get a poster from like Anime Expo with the characters on it. It was dope. That was a very good show. Yeah, nice choice, man. That's a good choice. I do miss that show. Is it on Crunchyroll? Let's find out. Thanks for bringing that up, dude. Because now I can oh, wrong computer. Now I can rewatch something. Oh, it is on Crunchyroll. Awesome. What's it about? Definitely like an older era kind of anime. There's like two, and like a lot of their fighting is inspired by like breakdancing. But there's two characters. They're both samurais kind of wandering like the country, and they're not friends, and it kind of just follows their story. I don't really remember. I got to rewatch it. I don't remember the whole plot of it. I know there's like two samurai characters and like a girl character. And I think I don't know if they're like trying to be the best samurai or like who's the best fighter kind of thing, but both very skilled fighters in their own right, from what I remember. Definitely check it out. Samurai Champloo, Champloo. If you loved Avatar, but this show is no longer on Netflix, sadly, there is a reboot of Voltron. I think it's called like Voltron the Legendary Defender. I personally love that show. A lot of people don't, or from the fandom at least. If you can find it anywhere online, like I think it's on Amazon, YouTube, and like Apple TV, but it's only the first like 6 seasons. There's 8 seasons. I love that show. A lot of the same writers and directors helped on the reboot, or they wrote the reboot, and they used the same animation studio from Avatar and Korra. So I think that's also what I appreciated about watching the show, since we were not getting any Avatar-related content for years after Korra. I'm really happy that The Legend of Voltron came out. I think that's what it's called. See, hold on. Oh no, it's Voltron: Legendary Defender. So if you want a new show to watch, go check that out. In the non-anime related sense, another favorite show that I love in terms of just animation. Then there's also The Dragon Prince. It's kind of like a 3D-ish animated TV series or Netflix series. The voice of Sokka is the main character. And a lot of the same writers are also in The Dragon Prince. So go check that one out. I enjoy that show pretty well too. Crunchyroll has country restrictions. Oh, man. Are there other streaming platforms that might have Samurai Champloo? Angel said, nice, I have a soft spot. Wait, I just read that. No, that one's not updating. Angel said, when you went to the bathroom break, the video of you speaking about Pokemon got me thinking about all these TCG pack openers. I like the should I open it? Oh, I love that guy. Is his name like Deep Pocket Monster or something? That guy's great. I love the little jingle he has. Kudos to him for being someone who brings collecting into like a different light. I'm someone who is just getting into TCG. as of last year. So the interview you saw during the break, that was at Pokemon Worlds. I had the chance to talk with Rico over at Pokemon Talks. So I hope I get to see him again next year. So I just started playing recently in the last year or so. But yeah, I'm opening cards on my YouTube channel. It's not as cool as a should I open it or should I keep it sealed guy. But excuse me. When we do get the chance, we do open cards on stream. I actually have a whole backlog of stuff that needs to be opened because we just came back from the North American International Championships for Pokemon, and we won a bunch of booster packs from competing. So that was fun. Or, well, I wasn't competing. I was playing side events. But, yeah, we have Pokemon cards to open. So there's that. So if you enjoy Pokemon cards, hopefully we'll open them at some point. So you don't know what cards are inside? I know what series they're from. Some from the latest stuff like Destined Rivals. Then from, what are the different packs? It was Paldea Evolved, Stellar Crown, and Twilight Masquerade, I think. They had actually a lot of packs, so I got a variety just to get different ones. And then I got a Destined Rivals Elite Trainer box and a Paldean Fates Elite Trainer box from the Pokemon Center. Card World isn't familiar to me. All good. Yeah, it took a while for me to learn too. But like the Destined Rivals stuff is Team Rocket themed. And there's other Pokemon characters in there too, but it is Team Rocket themed. So if that kind of helps give you an understanding of what is in that box. The other one I mentioned, Paldean Fates, it is from the recent Pokemon game, but it has a lot of shiny Pokemon, and that's why I bought it, because I like shiny Pokemon. So hopefully we get some shiny Pokemon cards, which would be cool. Angel said, I never knew how to play the card game until much later when I got a hold of the Game Boy. Oh, nice. The TCG game. Nice. It's actually a really good and challenging game. I think that's on Nintendo Switch Online, so I kind of want to check that out because I never had the chance to play that game on Game Boy, but I know what you're talking about. That's cool. Yeah, I only started playing the game recently. I don't know if Sam is still here in chat, but a lot of other viewers that have come through to the stream when I was playing TCG Live on stream. I haven't played it on stream in a while. Hopefully we'll do it later today, ? But I still got to get some work done. So yeah, if you haven't played the game, it's definitely fun. If you want to check out TCG Live specifically, I know there's TCG Pocket. That one's super popular right now. TCG Live actually reflects the physical cards that you can buy in stores. So if you want to learn how to play the actual game, check out Pokemon TCG Live. Ix said, the cat was my favorite. Oh, Meowth, yeah. That's what you meant when Sam helped you with. Yes, yeah. Sam and several others, when I started my Pokemon journey last August. So if you didn't know, there is what you saw during break. There is a world championship for Pokemon, for the video game, for the trading cards, and for Pokemon Go, and Pokemon Unite. That's another game. And so, the top players duke it out for first place. There's a lot of prize money involved. And last year it was in Hawaii. And so I have family in Hawaii, and we had the chance to go, which was really fun. And my brother, he went to a championship in San Francisco a while back. And so when we were there in Hawaii, he was like, hey, you got to try out this build and battle. It's super fun. So the build and battle event, you pay to play. You pay like $30. You enter a bracket, and they give you, I don't have a box with me, but they give you a deck of cards, and you have 30 minutes to build a deck. And the idea is, this is for all levels of players. You don't know how to play the game. The goal of the build and battle event is to just get people interested in playing Pokemon TCG. It was super fun. I had a lot of fun playing the game, learning how to play the game. I played against like a lot of competitive or pro players, but they were super sweet. Like the Pokemon TCG community is really nice. Like every opponent I went up against, like, hey, this is like my first time playing this since a kid. Is it cool if I ask questions? They're like, yeah, go ahead. And like, they were super sweet. But it got me really hooked. Me and my cousins, we all got hooked. And so after experiencing Worlds, we were like, how do we get back here? because to get into the event, it's a lottery-based ticketing system. So it's either you're invited as a competitor, you're invited as a creator, or you get a chance to get a lottery ticket to go as a spectator. And they're getting a lot more strict with the spectator passes. So that is why I started creating content while I was unemployed the last 10 months. And it's been a lot of fun. Whether or not, I think I get invited as a creator or something, I'm just having fun, streaming and creating content online and connecting with people like y'all. So it's been a lot of fun just doing it in general. Angel said, I like watching Nuzlockers and, of course, the god himself, Wolfie. Like, dude, yes. Watching some of his matches, it was insane. I'm not, super well versed in the video game scene, but it was really cool. It was at Worlds, yeah. Watching, I think he was he undefeated? ? Until like one of the final matches or something. Yeah, it's really cool to see what these pro players do, because there's a whole world of Pokemon that I just didn't know existed, honestly, before I attended the World Championship. Ake asked, when did you start streaming? It's been a couple years, but I've never been a consistent streamer until like the last 10 months, because I had the time to. I started streaming in 2020 when I was still teaching. So the Coworking stream, before I even knew what Coworking was actually office hours for my students. So if anyone was learning or in school during the pandemic, we were all stuck on Zoom. So I used Twitch as a way to have office hours to connect with my students, because I know they were on Twitch anyways. So which worked out really well. One of my good friends and mods, him and my girlfriend were helping, students with math homework, with stats and stuff. And Angel, to answer your question, what did I teach? I taught high school English. So I'd be helping students, with essay help and other stuff like that. Yeah, and it worked out really well. Students were super engaged. They appreciated that they can come into Twitch without having their cameras on, like in Zoom. And it just felt like a different space. So we built them a Discord server, and so the kids knew whenever I was streaming. And it was a good time. After the pandemic, so I taught in San Francisco, and I had to commute to work. So that's kind of where streaming kind of stopped, because I moved out of San Francisco, and my commute was basically like an hour there and back. So by the time I got home, I still streamed, but it wasn't as often. I streamed like maybe once a month. And it's kind of been like that for the past couple years. And after I was laid off, that's when I was like, all right, well, I have nothing better to do than stream. And so that's kind of where we've been doing better to try to stream at least once a week, if not more. The past 2 months have been kind of tricky, just because we got a new job and we've been traveling a lot. So I was streaming a little bit less in April and May, but yeah. And now we're trying to get back into it a little bit more. We had streaming schedules set up from every single month, and I kind of just fell off because I started this job in May, so I haven't really had time to stream as much. But I'm now finding a balance between co-working and also doing my work at the same time. So Egg said, you sound like a nice teacher. Thank you. I got trauma from teachers, from bad ones. Honestly, same. I do too. And that's kind of why, as a goal, one of my goals as an educator was to be the teacher that I never had. And so that's kind of what pushed me to, the way that I teach, the things that I teach. And I always am looking for, the best practices and different ways to be, inclusive and supportive of my students. So that's kind of what really pushed me to think outside the box, and think about it started with what were the things that I needed as a kid. And then I realized those aren't all the things that kids need, because there are so many different needs, and different kinds of people. So yeah, but that was kind of the core of my teaching practice, was what were the things that I needed as a student. And more often than not, that's kind of a lot of the things that students currently need. But yeah. Oh, thanks, Nick. Appreciate that. Yeah, but I've had a lot of bad teachers. Had a lot of bad staff members too. I had a counselor like my high school counselor. Oh, okay. Sorry, folks. Hold on. Dog is having a seizure. Hey. Okay, huh? Oh, sweetheart. Are you having another one, huh? You okay? Must document. Hold on. Or she's fine. Sorry, folks. She's okay. Her name's Miso. And she has, well, she's not supposed to have seizures because of the medication, but I don't know what's going on with today in particular. She hasn't had a seizure in like 6 months, I think, since like January 6th. So the other day, this could be the effect of the other day. She ran out of her second medication. She went a day without the second one, if that makes sense. Like she had another one, which she was still taking. But for her to have like 2 seizures in one day, it was super mild though, by the way. So she's fine right now. I just turned around. I was like, oh, she's seizing. That's not good. Sorry about that. Thanks for hanging out. Angel said, hope your doggo is okay. Thank you. She is a mix. She's a dachshund and something. I want to say Chihuahua is her other mix. We were told she was going to be a teacup dachshund, and that did not happen. She's now a long girl and a little taller than what a normal wiener dog is. But yeah, there's some Miso emotes. Sleeping in the lurking emote. Yake asked, does your dog have an illness or did this just happen? She has like somewhat of an illness. It's not like diagnosed, I guess. I don't know what it is. We can't really figure it out because we don't have the genetic information of her parents. Just I'll go to war for Miso, thank you. And you said, I have a dog too. Not sure what he is, but he looks similar to a border collie, but all black. Oh, interesting. Wow. All black border collie. Interesting. Usually when I think of a border collie, they're like kind of multicolored almost. Or like 2 shades of color. Miso, I love it. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, she's 7 years old. It's me and my girlfriend's dog. I think around when she was between 1 and 2 years old, I think maybe 2 years old, was the first time she had a seizure. And then it was in recent years when I moved her to a new vet that the vet was like, why is she still having seizures if she's taking this medication? So then they put her on a second medication to see if it would help, which it did. And so I think, just got to make sure that she gets back on it. But she had 2 doses of both medicines in the past 24 hours. So I don't know. I'm kind of surprised that this happened, which is not a good thing for me. The goal was that she wasn't supposed to have any seizures for like the next 6 months or the past 6 months, because we're trying to get her spayed, and the procedure, the vets don't want her to go into shock and then have a seizure mid procedure. So we'll have to see what happens. Might have to do this for another 6 months. Because originally, like me and my girlfriend were like, can't wait for Miso to have babies. But then the vet was like, you really want to do that to her and her puppies? Like, we don't know her genetic information, and she might pass that on to her offspring. And it was just like, oh, well, that's sad, because would love for Miso to have a partner, but that's okay. She's a little princess, so I'll show her on cam later. She's kind of cold right now from the episode, but glad the second medication helped. Thanks, Egg. Appreciated that. It helped a lot. The fact that she hadn't had a seizure for 6 months is pretty incredible, because over time, before the episodes would happen every few months, and this is on medication. And then it was in the last year where she started having an episode once a month despite having the medication. And then towards the end of last year, she was having like 2 episodes almost every other week kind of thing. And that's where I was like, okay, this is weird. It's getting worse. And so that's when the doctor recommended a different medicine. And initially, I think I didn't go with the other medicines. 1, because they were expensive and I didn't have enough money. 2, a lot of the side effects they had presented, I wasn't sure I was prepared for. But it was when my vet kind of sat me down and was like, hey, I know you're worried about having to handle those side effects, but like, you're doing a disservice to your dog if you're not giving her the medicine that could be helping her not suffer. And I was like, okay, valid. Made me feel like a bad parent. But I was like, nope, that totally makes sense. Okay, let's do it. Angel said, do you have a dog song? Everyone has a dog song for their dog. Yeah, I sing a lot of weird stuff to Miso. Say a lot of weird things. Yeah, I feel like it's definitely the baby talk kind of like random singing, singing of actions and stuff. So yeah, for sure. I feel you on that, Angel. Like one of the modified songs is if you guys have seen or remember on Sesame Street, Bert and Ernie, I think, is it Ernie, the little one, or he has like a rubber ducky song. If you know the rubber ducky song, I have like a modified like Miso song version of that. That was probably the first thing I came up with. Yeah, the medication should work. Yeah, I'm not sure why, but I have a feeling it's because she missed the day of dosage. From yesterday morning to Monday night, I think it was, or something. I forget, but there's at least a 24-hour period where she didn't have the second medication. And I was worried she was going to have a seizure, which she didn't. Got the medicine. She's had 2 doses since then. And so I don't know. And she had her medicine this morning too. So a little concerning that she had a second episode. Because I'm like, do I just give her more medicine? I don't know. That's the problem. Keep an eye on it, but I'll probably give her dosage like a little bit earlier. Or maybe I should give her medicine and then do another one before we go to sleep, just to be safe. I don't know if that's how things work. Egg said, I feel like a bad cat mom all the time because of money stuff. I was employed when I got my cat, but I'm currently not. Luckily, my cat has no illness, but I can't get her to the vet just like that. I feel you, yeah. But you care, so you aren't bad. Oh, thanks. Yeah, that was kind of my concern with Miso as well, especially when I was unemployed. It was kind of like, oh man, like I can't, especially we got miso on this new medication during my unemployment. And I was like, oh crap, this is not going to be cheap. Luckily, insurance is covering some of it, but it's still not a cheap thing. I think it was still like $180 or something like that, or $107 for the medicine. Though it is a 90-day count, so it's not bad, but she has to take it twice a day, which doesn't last very long. Nonetheless, yeah. Gotta do what you gotta do, you know? Angel said my mom has a Maltese, and he's hilarious. Oh, nice. Likes to roll in mud, anything dirty, any chance he gets. And, of course, he's all white. Ah, yeah. That's hilarious. Good insurance does something. Yeah, I don't know all of the insurances out there. I forgot what I have. Healthy Paws? ? Better than nothing. I guess I'm glad I got it before Miso's seizures, because I know a lot of policies, just like human policies. What's the word? Like preconditioned something illness or something. Like they don't accept something that like happens after, or I don't know what it was. I guess like in hindsight, good on me for getting the insurance, because when she did start getting seizures, it was covered. Sorry, man. Good insurance. Good that insurance is doing something. Oh, yeah. Bet the Maltese knows it's white. That's funny. Angel said, can't imagine vet bills, and the cost of living is probably just much higher over there in Cali than it is here in Florida. Oh, yeah, 100%. You're in Florida. Nice. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the pricing is, but it was pretty expensive, and especially in San Francisco. I'm saving way more money at the vet that I moved to because it's closer to home and not in San Francisco anymore. So that's for sure. Yeah, but the prices they're pretty high. And like, despite me having a new job and making more money, I still can't move out of my parents' house in California. It's just insane. It's like, cool, like we're making more money here, but the cost of living is so high that like me and my brother can't even move out of our childhood home. So there's that, yeah. But yeah, you know, I'll do what I can, whatever I need to for me. So she lives rent free. Pets, man. Life do be like that, for real. I'm gonna try to catch this Celio. Hold on. Oh, are you kidding me? Shop, Pokeball 10. Okay, hurry up. There we go. All right. Angel asked, what's your family's background / nationality? I'm not gonna be offended if you guess. Go ahead and guess, and then I'll answer. Like no racial. I'm just curious what people like come up with, because I like asking. Lol. I get like a lot of different answers, that's why, which is why I ask. I'm always curious like what people's like first instincts are, and then like sometimes the answer is different based off of like, especially how, if you meet me in person too, kind of depends how I'm dressed, or my hairstyle too definitely changes it, or if I'm like clean shaven. Oh, it probably does say my Twitch tags, but over on YouTube I don't know if people can see that. Good point. I didn't think about that one, but sometimes people don't look. I actually think it's more common for people on Twitch to look at tags, titles, and descriptions. I've noticed that people on YouTube don't. Not saying you don't, Angel. I've just had a lot of chatters come in on YouTube, super unhinged and trolling me, and they just don't read the description or the pinned message. If you had that 2-block haircut, then I'd say Korean. Valid, yeah. I did. I actually did have that haircut for a while. So people thought I was Korean. I'm Filipino and Chinese, to answer your question. Yeah, I think I've gotten Japanese, I've gotten Korean, Filipino and Chinese, and I can't think of what else. I think it's just a bunch of other East Asian stuff. But I think I've gotten Vietnamese a couple times, but I typically get Japanese or Korean. And I guess if anything, I would say YouTube is a lot more simple than Twitch, because they haven't updated anything. Like, they created a live streaming service, but they haven't changed anything. Whereas Twitch is, they constantly try to update things based on the user interaction and what streamers are saying. So there's that. But I've been wanting to try it out, try to stream on both ends, because we're trying to grow the YouTube channel as well. So that's kind of why we're streaming on YouTube. So I appreciate people like Angel being super genuine and not trying to troll my stream like that other guy earlier. Angel said that's dope. Would your family's fried rice get Uncle Roger's approval though? I don't know. Uncle Roger has a pretty high standard. I don't know if it would. It has my approval because it has like nostalgia factor into it. Maybe if my dad made fried rice, because my dad knows how to make, like, that's my Chinese side. My dad knows how to make like Chinese style fried rice. The Filipino fried rice is incredible. I don't know if it's gonna get Uncle Roger's approval. Maybe it might, because it's super like savory. I don't know, but there's no MSG in it, so I know Uncle Roger loves his MSG. Like I said, lost the start of that because stream on Twitch bugged. Oh, we were talking about YouTube streaming. All good. Yeah, I was just saying that the YouTube interface is a lot more simple. And it also has a lot less moderation, like auto moderation. Twitch does a really good job at, like letting you install bots to catch people that are trolling you or people that are spamming and all that stuff. Twitch does a great job at categories as well, making sure that if you're looking for something specific, you can find it. I don't necessarily know that YouTube does that or cares to. YouTube has live streaming, but unless like you're subbed to a channel, like, you're not really going to find anything. I could be wrong. I mean, maybe Angel or anyone else that's in YouTube could attest to that, because I appreciate you all finding my stream. I don't surf YouTube enough as a user to know what it's like to find new people streaming. But I don't know. I just stream on the platform just to, grow our community, meet more people. I would like to think with time, maybe less people will troll my YouTube channel when we're live streaming. More often than not, have I found people that are minors that come into the chat and ask you to say really stupid stuff. And most of the people that I've met on YouTube as chatters are under 18, even though I've changed the settings to be that this stream is not for kids. But, everyone has a YouTube account in this day and age. So, and not everyone has a Twitch account is the other thing. Angel said, I had a Filipino friend growing up. She offered me puto once and I was shocked. That's totally valid. Yeah. I know what that means in Spanish. It is a really good dessert though. It's great. But yeah, no, I totally feel you on that. I've had that experience with a lot of my Latino friends as well. Egg said, yeah, that's my idea too. YouTube. Wait, why is this blocking my... There we go. YouTube streams are difficult to find. I wouldn't know how unless I... Exactly. Unless I'm subscribed to a creator, I wouldn't know if they're live or not. And that's kind of my primary experience with YouTube, is because I'm already subbed to these creators' channels because I watch their content. And it just so happens that they also go live. So that's kind of the angle that I also approached it as well. I only really started streaming on YouTube the past couple months, I think. And now I'm just trying to make a habit of it. just to see if that will help with the channel growth, pretty much. Yeah, it's been slow. I don't think people know what co-working is on YouTube. So I think that's been an interesting experience. A lot of people come in and be like, what are you doing? Why aren't you talking to me? Hello? Come off the mic. And they'll ask me to say stuff. And I'm like, dude, this is not a stream. This is not like an I Show Speed stream or a Kaisenat stream. Like, I don't know why you're coming into this space expecting people to do that. But literal difference between, there's a hair on my face, there is. Literal difference between chatters on YouTube and chatters on Twitch. Again, not saying everyone's like that. Shout out to Angel over here for being super nice. And other chatters that have come into YouTube as well that are returning. I appreciate y'all. But I've had every single YouTube stream, someone has come in and said some stupid shit, and I have to ban them. It's really annoying. Angel said, I found this stream just randomly scrolling. Oh, thank you. If a person sounds cool, I stay. If they're crazy or vulgar or anything like that, I just keep scrolling. Did I catch the Celio? That's a great question. Did you see the little Celio that's chilling up there? I apologize that on Twitch you can't catch any Pokemon. I mean on YouTube. It's like a Twitch thing I installed, so when people are bored they can catch Pokemon. Let's see. Let's see if I caught it. I actually don't know. Actually, I could just scroll up in chat. You can tell me. No, I did not catch the Celio. Rip. I mean, I almost never catch anything on this channel, so. There's actually, which I haven't kept up with it, but there is a, there's a list that one of the viewers started to track how many L's I take in the Pokemon community game. So if anyone wants to add to that, by all means. Just to show how terrible I am at catching Pokemon. Now I just see a small question mark floating across the screen. Okay. It'll change into a Pokemon in a little bit because the Celio just came by. So every 15 minutes, the little question mark turns into a Pokemon. May I ask, how did you stumble upon Kyojin's streams? Yeah. Kyojin is actually a friend of a friend. I believe it was my girlfriend that had recommended to raid him. And she was like, she kind of didn't remember where she had met him. When we looked at each other's like mutual friends, we're like, oh, you know these people. And we're like, oh, okay, cool. And even my girlfriend kind of had forgot who he was until she was like, oh, that's where I met you on Discord. It was through like our friend's friend kind of thing. And so since then, because Kyojin's also co-working, I'm just like, cool. I have someone else to like kind of talk to about co-working. None of my girlfriend will do co-working streams sometimes, but it's not like how mine or Kyojin's is kind of like, I guess maybe built out. I feel like it's just, I know other co-working streamers as well, but I think within our mutual friend group, I don't know anybody else that co-working streams outside of him. So it's the first time that's happened. Otherwise, any co-working streamer that I know is like someone from across the world that I've never met. There's one. Excuse me. Man, my throat's getting dry. There's one that I met at Twitch headquarters, and that's kind of how I got started with meeting all the other co-working streamers, which has been really cool. I had the chance to go to Twitch HQ in the fall, and so that was the first time I met like another co-working streamer, and then that's kind of how I got plugged into this community of meeting other co-working streamers, which has been really cool. Jeez. I'm stuck in my throat. Sorry. Angel said, your little doodle guy reminds me of Jaden Animation. Meet her and your channel will blow up quickly. Oh, honestly, dude, Jaden Animations is huge. Thank you for that. I appreciate that it reminds you of that. Is my little guy's mouth even moving anymore? I don't think it is. Let's refresh him. Hold on. Hello. No, he's not doing the thing. Hello, testing 1 2 3 1 2 3. Hello, hello, hello. Nope. Let me try restarting him. His mouth flaps are supposed to move. Okay. I might make stream crash. Hold on. Why is it not working? Yeah, the lips. That's what I meant. Let's see if it works. Hello, testing 1, 2, 3. Is he moving? Or is it just like too small for me to even see? No, that's not it. Where is it? PNG. Hello? No, his mouth isn't moving. Am I tripping? No? Okay, you're not seeing it either. All right. Why is it not? I don't know how to refresh it either. Hello? No? I don't know. Anyways, Angel. His mouth is supposed to move. It was working earlier this stream. I appreciate that it reminds you of Jane Animation. I'm super honored by that because I have no artistic talent at all, and that is the most that I can do. And yeah, I'm definitely inspired by her work. I wish I could be... I think I could if I actually put time into drawing, but I would love to do stuff like Jane Animation. It's super inspiring to like just tell stories through your drawing. That would be so much fun. I would love to do that. But yeah, I needed a little PNG guy sometimes when I don't want to be on camera. Usually I have my camera on anyways, but earlier today the camera wasn't working at the beginning of the stream. So we threw him on there, but I guess he stopped working. I don't know why. There is a komo no komoo in chat. Maybe my computer's working too hard. You could probably see it now, Angel. Little dinosaur Pokemon. Let's try catching it. I will throw an Ultra Ball this time. But yeah, it would be cool if we got to meet Jane Animations and any of the rest of the crew for that. Excited, cool. I didn't know there's an actual community for co-working streamers. Yeah. I don't know how big it is. If you look at like my name card title thing, there is a co-working and coding Twitch creator club. I think co-working probably originated from coders. A lot of people that I've seen who co-work and code, they just like kind of have their camera face towards the monitor and you can just watch them code stuff. That was pretty much it. I don't know who created co-working in terms of like this body doubling stuff that, you know, me and Kyojin do and others. I forgot where I put it. Is it this command? Co-working. I remember initially, I think I might have found some streamers that were co-working. I mean, it's not a new concept, right? Like, I think I've seen videos of people like study with me, and it's like a 3-hour video of someone just straight up studying. And so, hey, we caught it. Nice. Congratulations. And a lot of, so the mutual friends between me and Kyojin, like my girlfriend and our other friends and stuff, during the pandemic, everybody was just hopping online, starting to stream. We already had some friends that already had like a following in terms of like they had like 1,000 followers and stuff. They were DJing and playing Valorant and video games. And so, yeah, that kind of wave of everyone just hopping on Twitch, trying to become a streamer or just have nothing better to do and want to stream. And as all of our whole friend group started streaming, me and one of my other friends, who is my mod, shout out Mario. I'm just doing a shout out. Give Aya a shout out too. Why not? Hold on. Is this your channel? Nope, that's not it. I spelled that wrong. Hold on. There we go. So that's my girlfriend's channel. And then the person that I'm referring to, oh, she has 400 followers now. Nice. So this guy, Mars Bars, and I, we were like the last two of our friend group to hop online because we had been, you know, modding and lurking in everybody else's chats and stuff, and we were just like curious about streaming. But I think out of everybody, like, we didn't own a PC build. We still don't have a PC build. Neither of us do. I've watched him play video games over and over again on Discord. And when we used to have our podcast, there's actually a podcast episode on this where we asked our homies, hey, if Avery and Mario started streaming, what do you guys think we should stream about? And that's where some people had because like I had just thought like, oh, I kind of want to be online with my students. I just don't know how. The original intention was when we didn't have Zoom for learning, I actually created a Twitch account, which is why Avery Balls has an underscore. There is an Avery Balls account that I don't know the password to. I created a Twitch to teach online to my students because I knew they were on Twitch. That didn't pan out in that way. But in the podcast episode, we do ask, like, what do you guys think we should stream? So my friend Mario is really good at, like, commentating. He's actually, now he's actually a commentator for Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, like the esports scene. And he's one of, like, the top players in Northern California for Jigglypuff. So he's made his way in his own right. I was like, dude, you should be streaming video games because, like, you know all the lore, you know all the tech, all the hidden things. And so that's kind of why, like, we encourage him, like, yeah, you definitely be streaming video games or speed running and stuff like that. And then on my end, a lot of our friends were like, oh, you should do like productivity streams, which is essentially co-working. People were like, yeah, like if you did productivity streams, like people could study with you and other stuff. And so that's kind of how that started. Do you still do the podcast? I kind of wish we still did, but we haven't recorded in a while. Again, pandemic times. We started in 2020 and we were like releasing every other week for a while. And then after the pandemic, it kind of became once a month and then once a year. And we haven't recorded in about maybe a year or two, I think. Because we were supposed to do like an anniversary. Like, I think the past 2 years, we'd kind of just been doing an anniversary episode. And then whenever there's time to randomly record one. Yeah. It's definitely hard to stick with, particularly because of everyone's schedules. Like, I don't mind streaming. You know, I can find time for myself to do that. But we had originally like 5 co-hosts. And so it got kind of hard to coordinate everybody's schedules at the same time. And different life things started happening. My girlfriend was trying to get into grad school. Then Mario was trying to get a job. And then he went back to school. And then our other co-host also was looking for a full-time job. And now I think she's trying to go back to school. And I was kind of the only one that had like a set schedule because I'm older than everybody. So it was just kind of when people could record. But as I got busier as a teacher, it did kind of become difficult to edit. I was the editor for the podcast. So, and again, I don't use AI to edit stuff. So like, and I don't think AI existed yet for editing tools for like podcasts. So it took a really long time to edit our episodes, particularly because our episodes would go for like two hours. And so to chop all of that down, I probably could have just uploaded it as was, but I'm a little too picky about that. And I wanted to cut out a lot of any like silences and other stuff, which really helped. A lot of people said the episodes sound really fluid. And I really appreciate that. I take a lot of pride in that. So, but the earlier episodes, you know, we don't have like our, some folks don't have their PC builds yet. I didn't have this microphone until like some of the later episodes, you know, so audio can be a little challenging on that. I also didn't really know how to edit audio yet. So some of the episodes can come out super quiet. I'm still learning, actually. I don't have a master over that yet. And I think the challenging part was because we were recording the podcast over Discord. I don't have separate audio channels. So like I wasn't able to like monitor everyone's audio separately. So a wish of mine would be that if whenever we do return for the podcast, and if we ever get to do it in person, which we have done in-person episodes, there's a YouTube channel for it too. But I would love to have like separate microphones running into like an audio channel and a board that I can actually like watch and all that stuff. It said, yeah, you can't really get paid for them than sponsors. So if one is a job already, yeah, exactly. I get it. I would want to edit episodes to be, clear and smooth as well. Yeah. And I'm like that with my videos, with streaming and stuff. And like, I can't say that like my stuff is like super cool or clean, but it's to my satisfaction. And I get very picky about that stuff. Unfortunately. I think that's very teacher of me to get a little too perfectionist with my own work, but it kind of trickles into a lot of the stuff that I do, I guess. Angel said kind of like a YouTube podcast setup. Yeah, kind of like what you guys saw with the break. Here, I'll just pull it up real quick.
You're now listening to the smooth sounds of Pokemon After Dark.
Actually, I got to run to the bathroom again, so. But yeah, kind of like that setup. I'd love to have like a little studio thing. And even if it's not that, just have like separate microphones running into the device and not us being on Discord and the audio kind of comes in different for every single person that's talking. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's something I learned through podcasting. And I was like, yeah, I could really appreciate why people do this in studios because it's easier to do that way. All right, I will be right back again.
You're now listening to the smooth sounds of Pokemon After Dark.
Right.
I'm just messing with you. Well, welcome to Trainers Talk. I'm Rico, and you are?
I'm Avery. Nice to meet you, Rico.
Likewise. So where's home base for you, Avery?
Home base is over in California, San Francisco Bay Area.
Okay, so not too bad of a commute here. I'm from Florida, so it took me a little longer to get here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Did you get a chance to head through the museum and take a look at all the great older consoles and the swag they got for attending, and even the decks they used to become champions?
Yeah, it was incredible to just walk in and immediately see those dates, the timeline that's up there, because I was like, this is what I was looking for, because I didn't really know about Worlds prior. This is my first Worlds, and so seeing them, like, wow, this has been going on since I was a child. I know TCG has been around for a long time, but seeing it year after year where it's been, and then now I'm just like, cool, I'm glad I get to participate in this, and then looking around at, like what you're saying, all the memorabilia, all the nostalgia. All right. Yeah, that's best audio-wise. Thanks. It does. I've dabbled in audio podcast recording in one of my internships. Nice. Yeah. I think the most that I've done with audio was for myself. So during the pandemic as well, I found this anthropology professor who recorded audiobooks for his students, and he would call them mixtapes. So I did too. And essentially what I did was, because students didn't have access to the readings and we weren't able to get it to students outside of like digital PDFs. I also knew kids didn't want to look at a screen all day either because we were online all the time, which we are still now, but it was super exhausting. So what I ended up doing was with some of the readings, I would read through it and I would pause in the reading to talk, like either summarize or analyze a little bit of what I want them to look for. And then I would make like little mixtapes for them to listen to. And I kind of kept that up after the pandemic too. Kids really appreciated it because they could listen and read along, or they could listen only. Some kids listened to it like when we returned in person, when they were going to their baseball game or football game. And so that's when I really got more into like audio stuff. I still don't know a lot. I was only using GarageBand, but it was helpful nonetheless. And that's when I upgraded my microphone too, because I was like, okay, I want the audio to be good for the kids. I also want it to cut out any background noise too. Because where I live, like you can even hear the trains coming by in my old microphone, even though I'm not that far. I'm not that close to the train tracks, but like it's close enough that you can hear the horns and it running through the rail and everything. Or even if Misa was barking, that would be another thing. Oh, she's chilling on the floor. You okay? All right, she's just hanging out down there. But yeah, that's where I kind of got more obsessed with audio and tech stuff, and over time slowly bought pieces of equipment to build this streaming setup. I feel like all the money that I spent on equipment, I probably could have spent on a PC build, but here I am streaming off a Mac Mini, so it does the job. I'd rather have the other tech and stuff because I do enjoy learning how to use my camera, learning how to use microphones and other stuff too. Oftentimes I feel like the stuff that I have is way too extra for the minimal mediocre type of streaming that I do. So but a lot of it really helps with like my lessons and stuff like that. So if you see up here, oh, you can't see it on YouTube, but there's another YouTube channel. That's where like all of my teacher stuff is. So if you actually want to see like some of the lessons that I made, you can go check that out. People still watch it, which is crazy to me. It's not like a crazy channel, but it also has inspired me to make more teacher related content when I find the time to. So I'd love to do that again one day. I don't know if it gets the job done. Oh, thanks, Frosty Tools. Delta, what's going on, man? How you doing? Happy Thursday, man. Long time no see. Doing good. We're supposed to be working, but we've just been talking with chat for the last two pomos, so like the last 90 minutes, which has been a lot of fun. I'm not complaining about that. But I do still have a work task that I need to finish. Ike said, I don't know if it gets the job done. Why not from a PC build? Oh, yeah. It depends on the power and such. So if it works, it works. Yeah, pretty much. That's kind of like my approach with it. And yeah, originally it was on a 2018 Mac Mini, and the streaming wasn't great. It was super laggy. I don't know if it still is now. I haven't really had complaints from chat or any of my friends. But I just need to be plugged in to like an Ethernet, and we're good. But it does the job, and now I have like a M1 Mac Mini, and I stand by this thing. It's so solid. It's probably the best piece of tech that I've bought ever. And so I'm chill with it. No, you're good with the lag commas. I just wrote out my run-on thought. No, you're good. Yeah, and it works. I have other means to play video games, you know, because I figured, like, why am I going to invest in a PC build when I still have my game consoles, which have a huge backlog of video games I got to get through still. And it's interesting because I love video games, but clearly my priority is in creating content, or just getting my work done, pretty much. Angel said, I feel like you and your friends would make a good D&D group. Thanks. I haven't played D&D before. I've been always curious about it. I think it would be fun to try sometime because I know it's a lot of storytelling and using your imagination and stuff, and I don't know how the game master stuff works, but I'd love to try it out sometime. It is a rock ruff, yeah. I threw a Pokeball at it, so let's hope we catch it. Sometimes there's shinies. Pretty rare that there is, but we'll see if we get it. Okay. At the end of this break, I'm going to finish this work task, at least. That's still on here. Yeah, I was supposed to complete this learning module like 90 minutes ago, which is okay. Like, at least we're not pressed because it's remote work, and I'm not doing anything right now, but... Oh, I didn't get it. Congrats, though. Nice. Yes. And then, I don't know if you saw, but there's a menu below, where you can click on to see the Pokemon you caught. You can buy more items and stuff like that. You can see its stats, the moves that it has, and stuff like that. Yeah. And then you can also, I think once per day, you can like wonder trade a Pokemon away, and you get a random one from someone. You can also sell them, so you have more cash to catch Pokemon as well. There is also a Discord for that Pokemon gaming community. So if you want to, they have a channel in there called Poke Daily, where you type in command Poke Daily and you get free items every day. So there's that too. Yeah. Angel said, what's the best main game Pokemon series and why? Perfect answer. Yeah. Why is it Heart Gold, Soul Silver? Dude, right there with you. Heart Gold is like my favorite game. We were just talking about this earlier. Okay, I'll answer this. I need to do this task. Yeah, Heart Gold. I was telling Ike and many others in chat earlier that that's the game that kind of brought me back into Pokemon. I mean, I have played every generation. Gen 4 was cool. Like I remember playing it, but I don't remember like loving it. I love Torterra. Otherwise, it was like Gen 4 was just the next version of Pokemon. That's very vague. It was the next generation of graphics, and I was like, okay, whatever. And then I think what came first? Was it Black and White or Heart Gold and Soul Silver? Let me see. Okay, so Heart Gold came out first, and I am a sucker for Gen 2. I know a lot of people nowadays don't like Gen 2. I don't know why. I do know why, but I personally love Gen 2. I think it's probably the best out of everything. Okay, it seems like Pokemon Black and White came out after Heart Gold and Soul Silver. So Heart Gold and Soul Silver, one, it fulfilled the nostalgia factor. It is still the only other generation that has 2 regions in it. And they did a really great job at bringing in like Pokemon that follow you, implementing kind of like what happened in Gen 4, where you have like the bottom half of the screen with menu options and stuff. So I think it was definitely like a step up from Fire Red and Leaf Green, where it was like, hey, we're going to reintroduce a remastered version of what you love and then some, and like add more to it. So that was really cool. I 100% love Heart Gold and Soul Silver. My favorite game, main series game. And then when Black and White came out, I think I was just like so disappointed that I didn't enjoy it. I've heard Black and White is actually one of the more favorite games of a lot of the Pokemon community. I would love to replay it as an adult, but when I played it as a teenager, I did not like it. I did not enjoy the Pokemon designs. I did not enjoy the character designs or the map. But I've come to learn that it actually has like some of the deepest like Pokemon storytelling out of all the games. So I would love to experience that again for myself. After that, I would definitely have to say, actually, so if I had to rank my games, I should probably do one of those charts. But just off the top, it's Heart Gold, Legends Arceus, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, where I had Alpha Sapphire, and then Pokemon X. I had X version for Xerneas, right? Question mark. I think those are my top 4 main series games. And then, Gen 1 is a staple, but I think like if I had to choose, I think those would be the top 4 games that I really enjoyed. Scarlet and Violet was fun. We did get our hands on a Switch too, so hopefully I could replay Scarlet and Violet again. But yeah, I think those are my top 4 games. Great question, Angel. And great rhetorical answer. All right. We're going to get into using, if not this 40 minutes, but at least some of it. I'm going to finish this work task, and then we're going to see if we keep editing or what's up next for the rest of the evening. So I will be here in chat. Angel, thank you so much. I appreciate the conversations. It was really nice getting to know the both of you, talking about anime. However many minutes to finish this module. Thank you for the good luck. I appreciate it. All right. We're back. I finished the module, didn't finish the task. I feel like I'm gonna do that tomorrow because my brain is already like kind of fried. But what's up, Angel? Will I answer your question? Angel said, my first question for Avery when he gets back is it hard finding a barber who knows how to cut Asian hair? I would say yes. Because typically, like when I was younger, my grandpa was the one that cut our hair because he used to be a barber in the Philippines. And then as he got older, hand motor skills weren't really working. And then he also died several years ago. But after that, I did go to kind of like Asian hair salons. They typically knew how to cut Asian hair, but they would do it in a way with these like thinning scissors. I don't know if you've ever seen that before. I don't enjoy that. It's super annoying. And then when I was in San Francisco, I actually found a Filipino barbershop. And so that was nice. It was just like 3 old guys that knew how to cut hair, and it was great. Now that haircut is just this haircut that I have now, right? Super simple. That's easy to cut. And when I left San Francisco, I would say it was kind of hard to find, but at that time, a lot of actually people, I don't know how old you are, Angel, but like, I guess of my generation started becoming barbers. I had a lot of friends who were getting into hair cutting, and some of them ended up taking it seriously. Some of them didn't. I have a former student who actually strives to be a barber, and I used to go to him for my haircuts. So definitely there's quite a bit of people out there that are Asians that decided to become barbers so that they could cut Asian hair, but also other people's hair too, outside of that, I would say I was pretty lucky to find those people. I know it is actually pretty hard to find folks that actually know how to cut Asian hair. I also think that I'm lucky that I don't have like the typical pokey Asian hair. I got my mom's kind of like curly wavy hair. So it's not as like thin and straight as some Asian hair can be. It is still definitely a bit of a challenge though, because if you don't know with this like exactly what you're cutting, you got to know how to like layer it and whatever else, I guess. But yeah, Angel said, like I mentioned, I'm Mexican, but my hair is similar to Asians. Very straight and tough to work with. I'm lucky I found a barber and it was tough finding. Oh, I'm glad you found a barber. Yeah, I need to find another barber because currently I just go to this old Vietnamese Asian salon that my dad goes to, and he gets simple haircuts. Their prices are cheap. They only charge like $18. It's pretty rare to find nowadays. Back in the day, they just used to be like a quick $10 haircut. One day I'll find a barber again. For now, I just need a cheap haircut, so I'm good with that. But yeah, it is nice to have a good place to go to, like a solid barber. I think whenever I move is when I'll look for a barber again. I think that's also why like I haven't tried to find one, because my former student, he lives in San Francisco, and when I got laid off, he's trying to make money, but I also like, hey man, I'm sorry, like I don't have money to get haircuts right now, and it is quite a bit of a drive for me to get out there just to get a haircut. So I hope he's doing well. But eventually, whenever I move and wherever I move to, especially if that's going to be in SoCal with my girlfriend, she's from Long Beach, I would ideally like to find a barber out there because, you probably know how it is. You got to develop a relationship with your barber. And so I don't want to get to know somebody out in the Bay Area and then I got to move kind of thing, or maybe that could work out. I could also ask them like, hey, you have any recommendations in Southern California? I guess the other challenge for me too is paying for a barber. A good barber isn't cheap these days. They do charge a lot. And I'm like, I don't know that I'm willing to pay that price right now just for my hair. So I'm fortunate that the hair salon that I go to with the old Vietnamese folks, it does the job, and I'm fine with that. I do need a haircut though. It has been a while since I got a haircut. In part just because I'm lazy, but I also don't care enough. It would be nice to have a fresh fade every day, but that's money, and I'm trying to save money right now so I can pay off debt, yay, and buy more Pokemon cards. Well, yeah, thanks for asking the question, man. Appreciate it. I imagine it's well, I don't know what it's like out in Florida, but like you said, with having particular hair, I imagine it's kind of hard to find if you're not in like maybe like a city or something where there could be a lot of barbers. All right. Let's see. Oh, what did I just do? I did not mean to do that. I think I just accidentally closed the chat on YouTube. Go back. Okay, that doesn't help. Let me refresh the page. There we go. That's better. All right. Make sure I do that. Time is, it's like 9:48 for you, Angel. Is that about right? Let's check it out. Looks like looks like CJ's streaming. Oh, Pineapple Effect is streaming, and I just met him through CJ. All right, we're gonna pass it on to another co-working streamer to continue the co-working vibes. So, if you're over on Twitch, you can follow along if you want with the raid. If you aren't subbed to the raid channel, you can copy the first raid message. If you are subbed to the channel, you can copy the second raid message. Angel said it is 9:48. Wait, hold on. I need a raid, and then copy this guy's name. Oh, no matches. There we go. You can copy one of those raid messages and paste them into his chat. Let me make sure. I tend to forget to copy my own raid message. Angel said, yeah, it's 9:48. I hear a lot of Cali people move to Texas. I like Florida, but I'd love to visit Cali, especially to meet Mexicans over there. Yeah, a lot of people have been moving to Texas recently. There is a very big Latino community out here, Mexican, Spanish community. And honestly, food is incredible. Whenever I go somewhere else that doesn't have good like taquerias or something, I'm like, man, it doesn't hit the same way. But yeah, I think in between California and Texas, and I haven't been to Florida yet, or not since like high school for like an actual trip. Would love to try, other ways that people make their Mexican food. But California has some pretty dope Mexican food, I will say. I feel like growing up in Miami, my lifestyle is different from Cali guys. My lifestyle is more influenced by the Caribbean. Oh, see? Okay. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, it's probably different versus what you might experience over here. I don't know if I could speak for the whole thing of that. Oh, wait. Raiders. I'll stay on YouTube. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Egg, for being here. I appreciate the talks and getting to know you. Hopefully we see you in another one or in Kyojin's stream. The raid is about to start, so I'll see you all next time. And I'll be streaming tomorrow. I should be co-working again. So peace out. It should still be live on YouTube. We'll finish our conversation, Angel. Let me just finish this and paste into his chat. He's probably locked in right now.
What the? Avery. Wait, I love saying your whole name. Avery Ball. The balls. Oh, give me my dude. Thank you so much for the raid. Peggy _B. Thank you so much for coming through. Oh, my voice.
Yeah.
Jesus, dying.
Oh, thanks for summoning, Angel. I appreciate it. Yeah, you can still hear me, right?
Play the raid video again. Do we have to play? I don't think we have to play the raid video. I don't think so. I think we're good, guys. Oh, nice.
But yeah, I don't know what it's like in Miami, but I imagine it's different from the cooking and the culture that, is happening over in California. And even San Francisco from LA, super different, still very similar, but it is very different. And yeah, I just can't really have Mexican food elsewhere because it's pretty solid out here, to say the least. So, but that's awesome. Like a Caribbean, South American kind of influence, that sounds really cool. I'd actually like to try like what the food would be like. And if I ever get to visit Miami or Florida again one day, that'd be cool. I only went to like Disney World when I was in high school because we had like a band competition. But that was the only time I went, and we didn't even really get to see anything, you know, like we were just at the park. So, but I hope I get to go back one day. Recently I was in Atlanta, but I know that's like not the same state as Georgia, but that was the closest I've gotten to coming back. But hopefully one day I get to, and hopefully you get to visit California one day too. That'd be awesome.
I was stream Avery.
Angel, thanks so much, man, for the sub and the conversations. I really appreciate it. It's been a great time, and you have redeemed my hope in YouTube chatters. I sincerely mean that. Because day after day, there are just randoms coming in, and so there's several viewers like yourself, but I really appreciate the genuine conversation, the love for Pokemon and anime and everything else. But I hope you have a great rest of your evening. I appreciate the sub, and I hope to see you in the next stream, man. So thanks, and let's chop it up more next time. All right, I will see you later. Peace. Have a good night.